Hello, welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us for the Sankei Shimbun Cup Women's League on the WRC channel. If you're enjoying our broadcasts, please consider doing all the YouTube algorithm boosting things to help grow the channel, like liking, subscribing, clicking notification bell, things like that. I'm Kyle, I'm the person pushing the buttons behind the scenes today, and joining me for Game 1 today is Harrison. Hello.
Woo! How's it snailing, everybody? That's gonna be my new catchphrase. You think it's gonna catch on?
How's it snailing?
Yeah, you think how's it snailing is a good one, or you think I need to go back to the workshop? I've been working really hard. I spent 2 hours getting there, so I really need input on this.
It works, but only if you know someone's not been doing much. Like, it's like an accusation. Like, you've been slow.
Oh, okay. So I've spent 2 hours self-owning myself. Thanks, Kyril. What a great way to start the stream. Wow, vibes are starting off well, huh?
Tell you who won't be slow though. The players we're going to be watching today. But yeah, later on we'll also be hearing from Jenn, Corak, and Keio. Sorry, I didn't actually mean to offend you. I'm sorry. That was my first impression of you.
Don't worry. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Please. Yeah, no, got me all riled up. God knows the mahjong's not going to do it with this exciting, absolutely zany, high-level play we're going to be seeing for the next 2 hours. Not going to be extra riled. I need to find some dang heart medicine now. What are we doing here? What are we doing, Kyril?
Well, hopefully we'll be seeing some really, really good play and maybe making some comments on it.
Oh, it's Sankei Shimbun. Of course we're getting that. Now the comments,
yeah,
I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm providing, 10 Hoi commentary, but I guess I'll make comments. I can do that much, right?
Absolutely. But yeah, our broadcast day is sponsored. Let's get through the sponsors that quickly. By WRC, of course, and USPML. We hope you'll check out the Sparrow's Nest, a New York Mahjong studio fully equipped with Slim Score, Ultimate, and Rec 3 order tables. WRC, of course, is the World Riichi Championship, the most prestigious international Mahjong tournament in the world, held once every 3 years. Last one was in Tokyo, and the next one, I believe, will be in New York. So look forward to that in 3 years.
That'll be a fun time. I can already tell.
Absolutely.
But
the overall Sankei Shimbun Cup?
Yeah, let's hear about Sankei Shimbun.
Exactly. We have 2 leagues. The Steps League in Tokyo, which is the one we'll be watching for this qualifier, and the Orb League in Western Japan. In Tokyo, we have 60 teams split into 15 groups of 4. Each group battles the other 3 teams in their group over 10 sessions, and the top team from each group and the top individual players advance to 2 different final tournaments. The Orb League has 5 groups, but they're in kind of different locations, so they're a bit more spread out. Their games are spread out, and their region has their own schedule. The one exciting thing that I think we should definitely mention, because they're playing tomorrow, is the WRC team. WRC have sponsored a team this season.
An exciting
made
team
up
too.
It is, yeah. We've got an entirely international roster. We have Gemma as our team captain from the UK, but we also have Jenn from the US, who we'll be hearing from later. Ryo Nishida from South Korea, and Yumi Uotani from Japan as our 3 players. And they are playing tomorrow. I'm so excited to see them play.
Oh, it is going to be nothing but a good time. I am thrilled that I'm getting to see Team WRC. I won't be commentating it, but let me tell you, I'll be watching from the stands. And I'm hearing, don't take it from me, but I'm hearing like they're doing pretty good right now.
Yeah, what's the scores right now?
Let's take a look. So, I believe is this session 2 or session 3?
I believe we are going into session 3, I think.
Okay, I think so as well.
Will be at the end of session 2.
So the end of session 2 for the WRC group, which again is not the group we're seeing today, but WRC so far is leading pretty handily in their group. They're up 126 points. Second place is at negative 8.2 with third place at negative 9.6. So at a good spot right now. Again, still a whole lot of games and a whole lot of sessions to play. But currently, Team WRC heading into tomorrow has a lot of breathing room to play with.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking forward to seeing it. I also just want to see it. Like, if nothing else, I always think it's funny when we have, say, like, I don't know, a certain person in our commentary team who's a member of the players here.
Yeah.
I hope that if you see anything weird, definitely call around.
Oh,
but also,
tomorrow, of course. We're
going to be so biased cheering for TWRC. I have to admit that now. It's going to be great. But yeah, they're in the lead. And that's a significant lead, right? We're still only 2 sessions in. But to be that far ahead this early, ooh.
It's a lot of breathing room. I mean, if you're playing good plus minus mahjong, even if you start going down a little bit, like, you have a lot of points to play with. You have, if you're playing law of averages, if you're just aiming for plus minus 0 and no other team kind of breaks away, you can afford to give 50, 60, 70 points right now and still have a decent chance at first overall in the session.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, we're not watching Group 11 today, much as I'd love to. We're watching Group 3, I believe.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've got scores for them, but we do have our players in the East seat from JPML, representing Team Mahjong Keio. We have Nagi Kashino. In the South seat, representing from NPM, representing Team Mysh. I mean, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. We have Mako Hinami, or Mako Hinami. In the West seat, from JPML, representing Team Healthy Mahjong Hiyokodo, we have Teika Minami. And in the North seat, from JPML, representing Team Frontrunner, Kanon Hasegawa. I believe do we have scores for this team?
Not that I saw. I'm gonna be honest. I'm looking through, I'm peering through. I will be checking around to see if maybe I missed it, because oh wait, hold on, give it a second. I'm hearing from our studio, which basically is just Jenn herself, that we may in fact be able to get some scores in. Give it one. The
scores would have been on display second we got into the game either way, but it's good to see them. Especially if Jenn has gone through all the effort to make these wonderful graphics for us.
Yes, I'm just making sure that these are not spoilers. In fact, you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's wait until after game 1, and then we will see. Or actually, let's hold on one second. Let me double check. It's hard, right? Because I don't want to spoil, what happens at the end of the day. But
you're implying we're not playing this live right now.
Well, I mean, it is getting played exactly live. It is getting played. This is literally happening just right now. Of course, it would never change. I'm going into the studio. I'm using my peering abilities. I'm opening up about 2.7 billion tabs. And yep, these look like they might be future sense ones. So we're going to go ahead and ignore these, I think.
We can definitely read out the team scores as the game starts.
Yes,
so
we'll see it. We'll see it in the start of the game. So we'll get them to you there.
All right, then. I guess it's time to start the match. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited to see these teams play.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward. I've been trying to develop and continue practice on what I call human mahjong.
Okay.
In that school of thought. It's my own unique school of thought. No one's ever done it, surely ever. So I get to claim it as my own. Surely. But I'm looking to see what the players are going to tell us with their play style. You know, Mahjong is one of those games where in friendlies, you'll be able to talk casually and, banter and talk through what you're doing online. But especially in a situation like this, you can't really describe what you're trying to do. You can't say what it is with anything besides your play and your hands. So I'm interested to see what these players are going to be able to show us with their discards, with their thoughts, with their play, and trying to pick it apart and really see what do they want to show us by coming here today to play.
Yeah, I always like to say that discards are like telling a story,
Hmm.
and sometimes it's really fun when a player has a discard to tell one story, but actually they're making a different chapter in that arc.
Hmm.
It's definitely happened before. I think there was one. I think it was it a Chinitsu a few weeks ago? I can't remember if it was Sankei Shimbun or whether it was the Saikyo Sen,
Hmm.
but someone managed to make a full flush, and their first three discards did not look like that at all. It was kind of crazy.
It's
And
sometimes
so,
the
like,
wall
when you
helps you
see,
out.
hmm, exactly, looking at that sort of playstyle, and we do actually see the scores here. They are at the bottom of the screen. They are actually very, very close.
Yes.
Less than 60 points separate first place and last place. Okay, slightly more than 60 points, but still.
Basically one game gap. If it goes the right way, like pretty much everybody could end plus minus zero.
Exactly. The reason why everyone starts at 25,000 points is because every player has basically put a 5,000 point bet
Hmm.
into the pot, and the winner will get all 20K. So it's huge
The
to try and get one first place.
dastardly Oka. And speaking of first, it looks like Hasegawa is going to be the lead for Shanten. Hasegawa making a quick play to try and get to Tenpai first. Everybody's hands are kind of struggling right now. But
Yeah, Kashino and Hinami with one Dora,
mhm.
but finding it hard to use either. It's going to slow them down.
Yeah, Hasegawa was the only one with a decent shape, but even she's starting to stall out a little bit. Now it looks like our dealer Kashino is catching up, especially with that 8 mon. Decisions to be made. We're going to cut around the Pinzu, opting towards 6 pin
Yeah,
being the pair.
I really like the hedge there, like keeping the chance of maybe even considering going for a pure straight.
Hmm. I mean, it's a stronger shape, and you can call it open, and it's more valuable, and it seems to pay off immediately with this 2 mon. We can chi 4 mon for Tenpai, even chi 3 so, and try to hedge the 4 mon for Itsudora 1 ron. A lot
We
of
do
good
see one four-man
options.
discarded, one four-man in the hand of Hasegawa, but that means there's two left.
Problem is, how much
Yeah,
time do we have?
yeah, that's the other question, right? Are you even willing to call the four-man?
Yeah,
Because it would reduce the value of this hand very, like, hugely. I mean, we see a lot of Dora. I believe we've seen two of the one of Bamboo being played.
yeah, just one right now. The 1-2 or the 2-1
Ah, yes.
cut
It was
from
kept. It was
Hasegawa.
kept.
Ooh. Oh, there's a
Yes.
Shanten,
It's going to
and
be our
we
first
are gonna
reach.
rattle it off, fire it off, reach Pinfu, Tanyao, I believe, as well.
It definitely was.
Waiting on 2 5 pin, if I'm not
I
mistaken.
think so.
With
We'll
two
quickly
4 pins on the
triple check.
board, definitely a fairly strong weight. Gonna be hard for people to use, especially the 2 pins with one discarded in front as well. Open up a
Oh,
three
that's
pin, buffer it
close.
out.
Close.
Well, we just want to drop lower pins. We want to get people saying, okay, a lot of them are out, Don't be too scared
Very
of
true.
them. Looks like Hinami is going to back away. We are.
Yeah, really good draw, but
Mhm.
doesn't mean we can just start playing risky, of course.
Yeah, I was going to say Kashino is definitely looking to fight a little bit, and we'll see it with the 6 mon as well. Wants to keep this good Ishanten. If we can get to Tenpai, it is very valuable. But we have to get to
Yeah,
Tenpai, and we got to push some bad tiles to get there.
I think the key thing to note is that we see two of the one of Bamboo, and the Reach has played one of the one of Bamboos.
Mhm.
So we know that most of the Dora value is gone,
Yeah.
and Kashina's obviously the dealer. So getting that 1.5 times point multiplier, if she can pull in her tiles, is huge.
I mean, even just repeat is plus EV. I say it all the time. It's good to repeat. We also have Tenpai thrown away from Minami. Minami doesn't want to take risks for K10. Minami decides to just fold out instead of playing a risky tile. You try and get those points at draw.
Yeah, it's always interesting. I do think it's always really, really good to fight for that just Tenpai bone payment, but
I
I
mean,
guess if you've got a really bad feeling,
it's an EV play. It's how expensive do you think pushing that tile is on deal in, and what are the odds of it versus, the points you might get for being Tenpai a draw. And you're constantly
exactly.
weighing which one's more, what do I value more? And I think here it's perfectly fine to fold. It's early in the game. Tenpai points aren't that many. Everyone is close. Giving away, accidentally getting hit by an Urabomb is going to affect your game way, way more than giving up like 1 to 2K.
I just want to
Via
point out
Tenpai.
that Kashino just drew a pair of Dora. Now there are no more one bamboos out there, but with Itsu, now I would definitely be considering opening.
Well, yeah, but the problem is there's not enough draws left.
Yeah, the odds of getting that 6 pin are quite low. I definitely would be worth considering pawning. But okay, but maybe not anymore. But Eternal 2 ago, if
Mhm.
it came out.
Yeah. And round's going to end. Hasegawa, the only one in Tenpai, going to be collecting 1K from each other player at the table. And with the reach stick in the middle, still pretty even Stevens, but Kashino's first dealership up in smoke.
Yeah, if we don't count that reach stick, it's a 3,000 point gain on the other three players. And if you get that next hand, you can win that reach stick back. This is why we talk about like how the Tenpai payments are worth a lot, especially with the only person Tenpai. Sometimes it's worth more than your hand would have been worth otherwise.
I mean, it's a 4K swing. Basically, you get 1K on each player plus 3K in general. So it's good, but again, you have to be willing to fight for it. You have to weigh the likeliness of you dealing in and what that value is. Now with the door on the board, odds are it's a cheap Riichi, but again, there's still risk with Uradora and just having like a Tanyao Sanshoku Pinfu Shave. Um,
Yes.
and there's something to be said about just folding out, getting the points back later, which again, that's the answer Minami found. Minami said, I'm not taking any risk. I'm playing my game low and slow.
I was really excited about Hinami's hand, but Minami also has a very lightning fast hand here.
Hmm.
Like, well, there's only 1,300 points in the pot to be able to win. Maybe you don't necessarily want to just force a very cheap hand, but with a pair of green dragons, I think I would be very tempted to call it if it gets played, just to scoop up those points in the pot.
Keep everybody close. There's definitely something to be said about it. I mean, I think it's whether you think you can get to Tenpai and Riichi on it and win that Riichi. I think with Hinami's hand, especially being dealer, it's a little bit too weak. So I would not be surprised at all to see the Green Dragon snap call.
Yeah, exactly. Being dealer does change it a lot as well,
Hmm.
but we may never see it get played, or at least not for a while.
We'll see. I mean, that's got its own problems. The Green Dragon looks very easy to play, no problems early, but the later it gets, the more people get the little demons in the back of their ears saying, why don't I see one yet? What's going on here? Does somebody have them? Is somebody waiting on them? One of those tricky tiles that the longer it gets held onto, the more dangerous it becomes, the more quirky playing it gets.
Exactly. But I do think it's really interesting that Hasegawa is keeping the Yakuhai, the ones that haven't been cut already, because sometimes when you're playing block theory, you can treat like a single. Oh wow, that's a huge draw.
Oh,
You can treat a single like a single dragon of 2 or 3 suits as like a block, a
yeah.
shape in your hand, because there are so many tiles that you can pair up at least one of them in theory.
Hmm.
Something you only ever do if your hand is really bad, but was definitely worth considering for Hasegawa's hand. She has a lot of wiggle room to try and build something a little bit better,
Yeah.
but not a lot of time anymore.
I mean,
I
we'll
would say.
see. I'm gonna be interested to see what Hinami does. Right now, Hinami is most likely Tenpai as the dealer is going to be on this 5 Mon Kanchan with the 4/6 of Manzu. And that weight is not great. I would not be surprised for a Dama. I would also not be
Yes.
surprised to just snap a dealer Riichi on it, try and scare the rest of the board. Um,
Yeah, we as commentators can see 3 of those 4, 5 of characters out there.
yeah. And I mean, I
So
would
there's only one left to draw.
win the three
Oh, a
so
chance.
backfire.
We already got the 1, of
Would have helped
course.
the 1, 2, 3. I was almost interested to see if Hinami would drop like 6 Mon. With that shape
Mm,
with a lot of pairs and with you being able to go headless, you could get like 2, 3, 4, 4M and wait on 1, 4M in a later
yes.
shape. Not have to rely on this 5. I think it's technically less efficient, but I think your win rate goes up if you do get to Tenpai. But I mean, we'll see. Hinami is also going to be able to call 5, 8 pin as well as 6 pin in order to get Tenpai. So definitely not out of the woods. Looking good for a Renshan as of now,
It's very
but we'll see.
I think it's very interesting with Kashino there.
Mhm,
Keeping the 2, 4, 5, 5, 6, even though the 2 is inefficient, we have that chance for 2 to 4 mixable sequence. There is
mhm.
a very small chance that Kashino manages to find big value here.
Yeah, I mean, draws are getting short in the wall, though. We are
Yeah,
running out
true.
of time. Oh, and the 8 pin Tenpai.
Okay, this is Tenpai.
Are we gonna Dama? Are we gonna Riichi? We're gonna Riichi on the 5.
So as we were saying, there's only 1 tile left to draw that gets the win here,
Mhm.
but you only need 1. And even if you don't win, if you manage to drive everyone else away, that Tenpai payment
Yep.
always comes back.
It'll matter up. We saw it last round. I am
Kashino is out of this hand, which
mhm.
absolutely makes sense.
I was gonna say I think
Choosing to defend there. She was too far away from Tenpai.
oh yeah, I think Minami is the one to watch here with a Dora pair. Not seeing any others. I believe there's still one left in the wall that could get dropped, and that's the value to fight dealer.
Yes.
7P, now we even have some Chi Toy outs. We could do something tricky. Are we trusting 1P? There's Sotagawa on the 3. We're going to play 5, so we are going right into that Chi Toy line, though. That is going to be our only route to Tenpai. Full commitment from Minami. Can she draw the 4th pair? There's the East.
Oh,
We are going
but
to
of course,
pass it
not
up.
going to be called.
Yeah, we're full in on Chitoy after that 5
Hmm,
drop. If we call the East, we're never getting Tenpai. It's not worth scaring the table.
that's fair. Yeah, you can't scare away a reach. It's already too late.
Hmm.
But the East being safe does give a little bit of a breathing room for Kashino.
I'm not going to do it. We have 2 more chances to draw into at least Tenpai for Minami, but draws are looking slim. I believe there's not too many left in the wall. There's that 5 back, but too little, too late. One more chance.
So are we going to see the last 5 of characters? Oh, that's too late, sadly. Sadly, sadly.
Yeah, North, I believe, is Shonpai too, so it's scary.
Yes.
And miss. So it's going to be Hinami dealer. Only one in Tenpai with the dealer reach. Didn't win, but again, 4K swing. Was able to protect a Dora Mangan too from Minami via that Riichi. Very high chance
Very true.
Minami just calls the East or speeds the hand up in the Tenpai and then gets a Mangan with Ton Dora 3. So just even defending against that. Even though, Hinami has no way of knowing that.
Yeah, exactly. That's the power of
But
reach,
denying
right?
it.
Because
Yeah.
it's such a statement. It's very oftentimes you manage to drive people away from some their own hands. Exactly.
Mhm.
One thing I will say though is this hand is going to be very exciting. 2,600 points in the pot.
Yeah,
And
2,600, 2 40 is a bonus. That's on top of
yeah,
whatever you
exactly.
get. Not a terrible starting hand from Hinami, but also not the fastest.
Mm.
Ooh, getting deja vu. Minami, pair of the East. Some okay shape
East
to go
Dora
around
this
it.
time, but with that many points in the pot, I would be absolutely snap calling that East if it comes.
Yeah, Hasegawa's got some decent shape too. Hasegawa's not too far in Shanten. This is looking like it is going to be a bloodbath round as fourth pair gets drawn for Minami, Deja Vu, and the Chitoi.
Yes, that's very true as well.
Yeah, this is going to be a scrappy round. I can already tell. Everybody's hitting good draws, advancing their shape. I have a feeling, unlike the other rounds where one person gets Riichi and everybody backs away, this is going to be one person gets Tenpai, and all of a sudden everybody starts just firing back and forth, trying to be the one to win this pot in the middle.
Yeah. Minami did give up on that Chitoi, just going for a normal hand, which I think is absolutely fine given what she's been drawing.
Yeah, play the efficiency. You got 2600 in the middle. Don't need to get fancy with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Versus Tenpai wins. Although
And
Minami,
there's a
it's
reward
looking
for
like it's
putting that
paying
8 on pair.
off. Ishanten. The question is, which way do we want to take? A lot of
Yeah, it's
different
a really good question.
options. 4M is technically the most efficient, but is going to opt for the 9. I really like that cut. The 9p there allows you to call the east for a quick Tenpai. It also, with that floating 4-mon Dora, allows you to draw 5-mon and go into a Tanyao shape, dropping east-east, or even just dropping 8-8. So a lot of
Yeah,
options. Could even see it
oh,
here.
that's a bit unfortunate. Although,
Yep.
still workable.
And east-east to
Interestingly
go
enough,
into the
if we had the pair
Tanyao.
of the if we had the pair of the 8-man still, that would have been a very interesting decision to make.
Ah, that's fine, though. Tanyao,
No, yeah,
a
absolutely.
cornerstone. Are we going to drop 3 so here?
I would be thinking about cutting the 3 pin or 6 pin because,
6
yeah,
pin
with
too.
that sort of pair weight, but also where one of the 3 pins is already tied up in your own hand,
Yeah.
it just seemed very bad overlap.
I mean, you do have some interesting options too. You could drop like 2 1 pin down the line. Even with
That's
the
true.
3 so drop. 6 so I think is the most efficient because you get the floating 3 so and the floating 6, which did play out well. 5 so was drawn, so now 4 so will complete that shape.
Oh, what a huge upgrade. Another pair,
Well, the
but
problem is Furiton on the 8, so that's 6 7 7 8
yeah.
might come back to bite Minami.
You could cheat the 8 for Tanya Tenpai, though. It would
Sure.
you'd have to cut the Dora, which is a little bit disappointing.
But we'll pawn 8 pin, drop 7 for Tenpai on the 5 mon for Tanya Dora 1 plus the 2600 in the middle.
Unfortunately, once again, there's only one 5-man out there. No, there are 0 5-man out there.
Yeah, it's
No
a
tiles left to draw.
it's a very hard fought tile. It's high in demand.
2 hands in a row, interestingly enough.
I mean, again, it's a solid middle tile. You're gonna be pressed to get those.
But of course, because it's all simples, we can find other ways to use that 4. Pair it
6
up or just draw the 3. Either will do.
Hinami, bit of a tank here. I think deciding between the 1S and the South. South much safer, but with the 1S, you have some interesting draws like 5 so. For Ryanden Tenpais, you have some Sanshokus in there. Technically more efficient. And I think Hinami says, you know what? I have enough safety in the hand. I can afford to get these extra draws with the 1. I'm going to drop South now. Ishanten, same thing for Hasegawa. Fishing a bit, trying to
This is
find an
the worst
answer.
time to draw a 5 pin, sadly. In a world where we kept the 6 pins, from what you were saying earlier,
Hmm.
that would have been very, very welcome.
Yeah.
But alas.
I mean, even if you keep the 6 pin, you're throwing it when you draw around the 5 anyway. Or if you keep the 6 pin, then I guess you get 5 6, so your shape's a little bit better. But you're still in Ishanten right now.
Yeah, exactly. Hasegawa did get a nice little swap there, changing a 1 to a 4, which enables her to get all simples. And this is Tenpai.
Oh, Tenpai
5-8
and
does it.
Reach Pinfu, Tanya, Dora, Mangan minimum. We're looking at 8,600 plus 2 sticks in the middle. Technically 3 now, but 5-8 pin is
She
a
sees 7 tiles.
held tile.
I think we see only 3, so there's still 5 left, I believe.
No, she sees 4 and we see 7, I think. Because there's 1 5 there. There's the pawn of the 8s, so that's 4 total.
Oh, missed the pawn. That's on me. Okay, my apologies.
You're good.
In that case,
ooh,
yeah,
Tenpai. Oh my god, Tenpai was drawn for Kashino, and she backs away. Decides to drop safer 2-1 pin. Even with the beautiful 4-so fill, doesn't want to drop the Ryoncon 579. 5-so 5-8 Suji. It's scary, but Minami decides it's worth the push.
this has been a battle of getting that Tenpai payment. Ooh, now this is
Well, you could take 3 pin 7 man Shabo. You could also take 6 man Dama, and that's what we'll do.
okay.
For Tanyao Dora.
I don't think anyone here is dealing in, but who can keep their Tenpai?
Yeah,
And
it's
who will have to fold? Yeah, exactly.
Oh, 2 pin looks bad.
Oh,
2 pin looks
not
bad.
great.
I mean, 5-8's more likely. Okay, we'll play 4 pin. Nakasuji 4 pin passes. Looks like we're trying to get to wait on the 2 pin. Ah, we see it come out there.
Is now safe. No fear.
Yeah, you know me. I mean, Kashino sees 3 pins, all 3s, so it's caught.
That's true. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. True.
Super safe.
All 4 of the 3 pins, so we know it's not 3-4. Exactly. Yeah.
5-so coming out 5 pin, and we're just gonna keep on moving. Kashino.
Adding Sanshoku to the hand.
Well,
3-4-5.
Moving it down, doing a little boogie, a little bit of a shimmy.
I love that not only do you manage to keep the hand safe, but you just add an extra 2 hand of value.
Oh, that is no longer Tenpai? Ishanten for dealer with a draw left. Oh, no draw left, actually. Never mind. Now decision, 6 or the 2-mon. Or actually, no, it's just 4 or 7.
At this point, you just
we find
4,
7. Yeah.
It's too late. You're not going to be Tenpai.
Yes, yeah.
You've given up.
And that was last draw, so.
So once again,
2 players in
we
Tenpai.
have not had a winner so far, but 2 players Tenpai, 1,100 points each. An extra Riichi stick and an extra repeat counter going in to East 3.
430.
3,900 points.
39 in the middle. This is, let me tell you, I played in the New York tournament the other week, and we had Basengo, which was Big Homba, and this is literally what every other round felt like. Like, because every repeat was worth 1,500 points. So it was like, oh, there's 2 repeats, there's 3K. Okay, like, let's just rush a hand. And it was Akari too. So it was like, okay, let's just dump our fastest Tanya. And if it's you at the table, then you collect major points. And if you get the slow hand, then it's like, well, guess I'm losing.
I guess you just play every hand like it's...
Oh, when there's 2 repeats, especially 2 or 3 repeats, yeah, it's just, okay, I'm going to play the fastest hand I can. And if I'm slower than everybody, then is what it is. I die.
Absolutely fair. Also, hi, welcome. I'm glad to see you. But yeah, we're in an interesting situation here. No one has won a hand so far. We have 3 Riichi sticks on the table and 3 repeat counters. The scores are basically still tied.
Yeah, I mean, again, any hand that wins this huge pot in the middle is going to ricochet and rocket above everybody else. And no one's hand's even that good. Best hand at the table is Hasegawa, just because of that pair of the white dragon. So it's able to call that and speed up. But man, everybody's hands are struggling. Even if all their shapes are together, they are not the best. Like even Penchan to go with it. Here we have Kanchan, Penchan, even though we're filling out this Sozu, a little bit of help.
I guess we have the chance of Itsu. Just need the 8 and the 9, so it's not that unlikely to draw them.
I mean, you can get Itsu for the Yaku, but then you still got to fix your other shapes is the problem.
That's true. I'm just trying to find a plus side anywhere. Just trying to think of some kind of plus side.
Oh, this is a scrap. I mean, what you need. What an interesting scenario to have no quick hands with 3,900 in the middle, where I think every player is looking to play fastest hand possible. Now, I will say Sanshoku for Hinami there in the 7-8-9 is looking very doable right now, as we do see another Shanten reach for Hasegawa. So all of a sudden, in just 2 draws, Players are starting to find their ways to tempi. Players are starting to get very close. Even the one mon here is going to advance the Shanta. And we may even see 5-pin getting thrown here. Nope, we'll throw efficient north.
I,
Keep it for
I can
now.
see it happening soon, but not just yet.
Yeah, we'll keep it. We
I think draw first Dora, which is always exciting in a hand where you just want to win as quickly as possible, having one Dora.
Mhm.
But
Oh, and the
with
7P.
that
Oh my
seven,
god,
that's
Kashino's
really
fills have been immaculate. So good.
one
Options
away.
here. We could throw
Potentially Dora
9
two.
8 pin. Nope. We're gonna throw 3 mon.
I think you want
Kashino
to go for the
does
Sancho,
Hinami
right?
doesn't want it. I mean, that's clearly what Hinami wants to do by dropping that 3 mon. It's
Hmm.
either that or you drop 9 8 for the Pinfu. Hope to draw like 2 mon or 3 mon.
Oh, interesting. So we see a reach on the Dora. We had a chance for a 147 wait. That was given up
Wow,
on.
Kashino. There's 3,900 in the middle. We're a little
I would have taken
greedy.
the 147. Yeah.
Kashino's saying, I'm going to hit and everybody's folding. I'm playing bold. I'm going for max value. That's the Riichi I'm seeing Kashino tell right now. This is what I
And
was
you know what?
talking about. Kashino's making a statement. I want value and I hit my weights. I don't care what everybody else is doing. I don't care how
You
much
know
is
what
in the
though?
middle. Mhm.
She's kind of right. I don't know if it's just based on reads or just knowing the wall somehow, but there's three in there.
I mean, 3 East in
There's
there.
three
The other
tiles.
thing is everybody's been folding out every turn, right? First Ricci and people have been playing back kind of passive. So people have been respecting Ricci. I think it's a good table read. I'm not gonna
Mm,
say it's not greedy because when you have a 147, like that weight is so good. Or at
yeah.
least it's good enough. Oh, but we're
There it
gonna
is.
draw the East. Yeah, and she sees it with the
So excited.
3,900. Very excited. Reach Sumo Dora 2.
We for Dora? We do
No
not.
Ura, but we get
But
Mangon plus 1,200. That's
more than good enough.
insane. That's 2444. 12,900 swing, technically 11,900. That's dealer Mangon, not his dealer. It's insane.
Exactly. It was a tight game until now. I think it's loosened up a little bit.
Yeah,
Although
Kashino's
the
got
other
a
two
bit of a
players are still
lead.
very tight.
I mean, Kashino's first dealer too, so Kashino is going to be the one left without big value dealer hands left. So this could very well end up being Hinami, Minami, and Hasegawa sort of collecting dealer runs, collecting those points in the south rounds and really
And this is a
challenging
perfect time for
Kashino.
Mahjong. This is a perfect time for Team Mahjong Keio, so they're in last place. So getting a first here is very important for them.
Hmm.
It's probably been a little bit too early to be thinking about overall score, but it's always nice when you're behind and you get a win,
Yeah,
even if it's just for morale.
able to flip the script. I mean, again, points are tight, so everybody's within a game. I'm sure we'll be seeing the teams exchange positions multiple times throughout the 3 games we play today, or we'll see played today.
You're definitely a good luck charm for these players. I recognize it. I recognize it.
Right now, it looks like Hasegawa, unless I'm misreading, is the front runner to be able to enter Ricci. Kashino's hand,
Hmm.
not the best, but not the worst either. A 7 mon would fix it right up, but Hinami is looking slow, and Minami as well, even with that Dora connector. There is just no speed in his hand.
We all had games like this, right, where you
Hmm.
just sort of look at your tiles, just like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
I guess I'm not blessed today.
see a second and a half row, see a third row. We'll get there. I'll figure out something to do by then. Try and build some value. So if I'm playing the hand that late, then I at least make it worth it.
Yeah, if we ignore the one terrible shape in Kashina's hand, she does have a chance of building something good here.
Ooh,
But yeah, there is
Hasegawa.
that one terrible 7-8 shape.
Hasegawa, a bit of a decision there. Has the 1-3-5-7. Can cut the 1 pin to opt for a Tanyao. Can cut the 7 pin to opt for a guaranteed Dora play. Decides to cut the 1 pin. Knows Dora might have to come out later. We might have to Tanki on it. Says that's what my values are, and we're going to play the efficient shape and go into Ishanten for Tanyao, possible Dora 1.
Now, 234 Sanshoku. It's there. It's screaming at me. 244 is such an awkward shape to have twice,
Plays the
but
Dora, cuts the 4 pin. I like that cut a lot. That way, if you
yeah,
draw 8 pin, you can still get the 3-6-9.
yeah, I'm big fan.
So Hinami going. Oh, and speaking of Dora pair, Minami
Yeah.
thinking about what to do. I mean,
I just wish the rest of the time was good.
has North Yakuhai and there's none out, so could potentially call it later. But even after that, it just feels so slow.
Yeah, unfortunately. At that moment when you draw a door and you're like, yes, I have value. And
It's like,
what else do I have?
oh, yeah. And the other problem is
There's North.
Minami keeps dropping pairs. Oh, and we're gonna call the North. Yeah, with Dora too. I think you have
The door
to
too. You have to go
just
for it,
try
yeah.
and figure something out for the rest of your hand. Hope you hit your draws.
There's a very decent chance the one of bamboo comes out, right? It's already been cut once.
Oh yeah.
There's only one left, but if someone draws it, I think they'll probably likely cut it.
Or so. This is
And you have to be doing quite a
Tenpai.
lot of.
We could also get a little zany here and drop like one on. Or we'll take Damaten.
Yeah, nah.
Damaten 3-pin.
No Yaku.
Yeah.
And sadly, you missed out on that Sanchoku I was eyeing up, but just being Tenpai has been very important so far this game.
I mean,
Given
Sumo
how
Dora,
often.
decent.
Yeah, that too as well. Of course, if you do draw it yourself, it is Dora.
You have a lot of draws to improve your weight as well. You could have like a one mon, some sort of like 4-7-pin Chabo, even 2-pin Chabo. Well, I guess none of those are that great. Potential Peiko shift. Do we want it? Nope, not quite.
There is only one 3-pin available though, so that's something to keep in mind. And we're not going to be seeing it being played by anybody else. Not that it would matter. There's one of them, and I think that's Tenpai waiting on the 5 of characters.
Yep, already one on the board. Just Tanya Dora one, but some points in Hasegawa will get to keep their dealership, so worth its weight in gold, surely. Oh, and we
There's the last
drew
Dora.
3 Dora. Okay. Minami, bit
Still
of a
2
nuclear
away.
bomb. Hidden away in the hand.
It feels really bad. It feels really bad when you get that and you're still 2 tiles away from being ready to win.
Yeah, North Yakuhai, and you get hands like this, and I think the experienced players are always like, man, this isn't winning. I'm never getting there.
Yeah.
Could
But
see
still.
it. Oh,
The chance exists.
Drop the Haku. Once the Tankiana a little bit scared. We haven't seen any Haku yet. Senses a bit of danger.
Technically a side grade. Now you can accept the 3 of bamboo.
Yep.
Although we lose our pair. That's okay though.
When
you've got a really bad
our
ship,
hand's
like
bad.
5-7.
Our hand's bad. We
Yeah,
can get the
exactly.
pair later. A Tanki might be
Exactly.
better. Ooh, Tenpai.
Ooh, this is
5
yeah.
so just pass. You could Riichi on the Haku 6 so pair, or you could take the much more or the much higher win rate 4-7 so.
Yeah, we don't see any 4 or 7 in the discards, but it is 4-7 and it is row 3, so odds are most of them are probably going to be tied up in other players' hands.
But again, you can only play so many unless you're playing like Anko 4, Anko 7, so.
And the other thing is just by reaching at this point. Okay, there we go. Waiting on the dragon.
Yeah, white dragon 5 so.
I could see it come out, but a lot of bad luck is going to happen.
I wonder
normally it'd be good
if Minami will find the 2 so and like it. Oh, likes the 9 even more. Wants to keep the full efficiency with Dora 3. Says I'm going down swinging if I'm going down.
Another side grade, but it's bad news for Kashino if she does manage to draw Tenpai.
Jump out in the 6M.
Tenpai, 6-man does it.
Oh, speaking of floating 6M,
we'll deal in.
The 2-pin, it's Genbutsu. It's got to be 2-pin, right? Yeah, with the 5-8 that you just bought yourself, it has to be.
Yeah, you lose Dora acceptance, but at this point in the game,
yeah,
you're not going to be winning the hand. Just stay safe.
Oh, 1 mon and we can do the 7. We're on 3 6-mon. 7 so not going to help. Oh, in the Haku pair, we can Riichi on the 6.
No,
don't even Riichi, but Oh, and that huge
Dora
hand,
3 hand.
Minami
Yeah.
finds the way. North Dora 3. Absolute
It's just one down, but
cannon.
still not the end of the
Well,
yeah.
from
Oof.
first place, that's huge. The board's
Oh yeah,
reset
no, exactly.
practically.
Yeah. That's
That's
very true.
worst
That's very
case
true.
scenario for Kashino. That was like the one thing she wants to avoid. And it just so happens Minami found every piece of Dora after that North call.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's always tough, right? Because when you get that tempai, especially when you're in the lead,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you really want to just try and keep that lead a little bit more, especially when it's not that big of a
Yeah, get
lead.
some more breathing room, really try and, use the extra space that you've gotten, which technically, extra space that Kashino got and she's used it, but now she's in the pack again. Dealership, so looking to break away again, but we'll have to see
By the
how
way,
this
yeah,
hand
we
plays
are
out.
basically playing in East only at this point,
Mm-hmm.
with all the scores being more or less even. Keep in mind that there is this huge first place bonus, so
Yep, Oka on.
even if you only win by 2,000 points, you're scoring a lot more than the other player. But yes, at this point, it's always. I do find these situations very hard to play sometimes
Oh, they're
when you are
super difficult when it's this close and
feel like you're walking on ice sometimes,
well,
and it
yeah,
could crack at any moment, and it's
you want to be
scary.
the one to get ahead. You want to be the one to really assert yourself. But then the problem is that if you take those risks to get those points, then all of a sudden you're the one who's going to be falling to fourth. So it's the EV plays and this kind of teeter totter game you have to play. It's like instead of playing it on a seesaw, you're playing it on a tightrope above a canyon.
Mm. It's absolutely worth taking the risk in this format because there is such a massive
Hmm.
bonus for first place, but it's still stressful. Either way, I do love this 7 pairs play. Not from Hinami, who we're seeing now, but I believe from Minami right here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we cut that 9 of bamboo.
It's okay. I mean, the
But
nines in the pawn look good. This is a very disguised Chitoe. Not many
that's
players would
very
be able
true.
to read that Chitoe, or maybe none at all.
It honestly looks more like a flush than anything else. So you don't be waiting on a tile. You don't be waiting on a pin tile. Maybe if you can find
Nah,
like
don't
one
get
man,
crazy.
that'd be
Don't get
pretty ideal.
crazy. Don't get crazy. We'll drop probably maybe 7 mon here. Yep, we'll drop 7 mon.
Yeah.
Hedge some bets. We'll build up the hand.
Like if I could find one man, I'd be smiling, thinking this weight's gonna win.
Oh yeah, 5M. Okay, we're doing good
Okay.
things. Drawing more
Speaking
towards
of
that
flushes.
Honitsu.
Well, I mean,
It's fine. It's
that's
fine.
2
Okay, but do
triplets.
we want to draw 8? I was gonna say 8 would be an interesting drop. I think there's 3 souths left. We'll drop south
I
first
wanna keep
though.
you could draw 7 and still have 3 concealed triplets. That's fine.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
complain
yeah.
about
It's
the
it's,
7
it's
so
more
draw.
efficient. It's pretty good.
I mean, much as I would love to go for the big one.
The big one. We won't. We won't talk about that till we get Tenpai. We'll see.
No,
Tiles are looking
exactly. Yeah.
dead. I think 4, 6 are both dead already. 6 is at least dead. 4, maybe not quite.
I'm just mad I couldn't win a Yakuman in Roddle.
Hey,
I was
me and
10
you
by
both,
the big 3
brother.
dragons. Yes, last week. I was 10 by the big 3 dragons and I couldn't win it.
Jakubon are fake in Yoma, at least. Don't even worry.
That's true. Oh, I saw 6. I got excited for a second there. Not quite, not quite.
Wrong 6, wrong 6. It's fine. Ooh, speaking of
Oh, another
Chitoy,
pair.
Hasegawa
Yeah.
thinking about it. Oh, we're gonna call for Toy Toy.
It's gonna get played. 3 concealed triplets if we can draw the final one ourselves, of course.
Yep. It was 4 so 2 pin. 2 pin actually looking decent in the wall. Oh my god, this 5 is crazy. I mean, this looks like a crazy hand, but still, it's Bakahon at the moment. Could be closed
I
Tonitsu.
mean,
That would help a
with
little
reach,
bit.
still
But
pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, I
It's
don't
the kind
even.
of hand you never wanna open, right? You never wanna
Yeah.
call for that.
I mean, you
If you get
could
it
try and open for the Shinitsu. Maybe just take Tenpai right here, and then if you get like a 4 or something, drop East East. That looks to be the
I guess
play.
Toy Toy's also available, all triplets, but there's the 2! 3
Oh,
concealed triplets, all triplets, and the red dragon.
Shun Toy Toy Sananko. It's only going to be Mangan, but 2K 4K. Worth good things.
Only Mangan. Only.
I mean, that's true. Mangan is a lot with how close these teams are in this game. And that's going to be a huge hit to Kashino having to play the dealer portion.
Yeah, she'd still be in second place if she didn't deal in, but no, she dealt into Minami, so
yeah. And I mean,
was,
she's in second place still, but man, it getting tighter and tighter. She just lost 2K towards Hinami and Hasegawa just by being in dealer seat.
Well, now it's all about, can Minami keep this lead? I mean, wow, what does this start? Okay, there are some Mansu tiles.
Okay, yeah. It's not
like,
that crazy. It's crazy, but it's not that crazy. Yeah, even Hinami is like, what the? How should I organize this? What am I looking at?
Yeah, I shouldn't spend too long sorting this because people are going to think that it's.
Yeah, people are going to be like, I mean, I think you got to throw 8-mon here and hedge for the Honitsu. But nope, she'll play Efficient West. Okay.
I would be. Yeah, I guess the West also kind of masks the flush a little bit.
Yeah, it'll help mask the flush. It is more efficient. You are dealer. You have that 4/5 Ryannen, so Honitsu is kind of unlikely. The 8 if you draw the 7. If you draw the 8-mon pair, you're in an awkward state if you're headless right now. So the West makes sense. The West isn't quite good enough. Keep the Yaku high for now, though.
We also had 3 West played on turn 1, so it turned out to not even be a backfire. So that's ideal too. But speaking of the 8-mon, that was pulled and was very helpful for, I believe, Minami.
Or no, it was, yes.
This hand right here.
Minami, yep. And debating on the South, as double South player is going to find it drop now. Wants to keep that 3-so for the Dora 2-so draw. Really wants to collect some points there. Although 2-so looking like it is getting eaten up right now.
Yeah, the one player has all the bamboo tiles. Oh,
Tenpai.
Amazing 8 draw.
Tenpai won't take it. Ooh.
I think theory says, even though it's not a great weight, your first Tenpai, it's early enough, you just reach.
Oh, theory says absolutely. 100% you reach that. That being said, still some upgrades, still some kind of cutesy things you can do.
Exactly, yeah.
Ooh, 9-8. Okay. We're going to expand a little bit. Yeah, and you get draws like this. Could even play 3-pin in Dama.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look for double floaters. And then if you get a backfire tile, you can just sink it and Riichi.
That makes sense to me. I was really excited about this hand from our dealer here. But it's.
I mean, hey, we kept a Sozu. We draw 1 or 2 more. We might find something there.
It's possible. It's possible.
Ooh, 6M Anko, Hasegawa improving a bit.
Okay, confirming the 5 bamboo to be our pair more than likely, unless we triple it up. Not quite helping.
Yeah, 1M not really going to give us too much more than what we already have.
I guess we do have the potential for Hasegawa to maybe make a 2-3-4 mixable sequence. It's unlikely, but keeping that option open, even though her hand is terrible.
I mean,
if having that option for
could play 9-so and we'll Dama.
Yeah,
okay.
Sequence. Yeah, okay, 2-3-4 is becoming more likely. Even though it's not like the greatest shape in the world, having that window open to try and accept the extra value when your hand is bad is great. It's just the best way to play. We have a draw, but not this hand.
Yeah, we're gonna drop it. Can't do much with it. Same with that 7-mon. Gonna keep the safe green dragon for Kashino, or excuse me, for Hasegawa. Try and build as much safety into the hand we have to play as possible. 3-mon's gonna get drawn and then immediately 7-so. We're gonna see like miss round Teika for Minami if you're playing the hand like a psychopath for only that specific hand.
I don't think if you're in first place, I don't think you need to necessarily go.
Oh, there's no reason to ever go Ryan Peiko and like fish for that with that hand, but it's just one of those where you like see it in your discards and you're like, oh, okay. But we're gonna see
Riichi Pinfu
Dora. Kashino,
Playing on
3/6 mon.
It is going to be competed. People that 3/6 is in high demand.
Mm-hmm.
2 players who can accept that.
Oh, this one cell looks a little fishy, especially around door shape, and is going to get Minami to back away. So Kashino, are they getting a bit of space from the Riichi?
Yeah, Minami has very little motivation to be super aggressive here.
Yeah.
It backfired for Kashino earlier. And maybe Minami's like, you know what? I'm not going to make that same mistake.
Oh, and we'll
But
sumo on the
so
6. That should be Mangan, right? Reach Pinfu Sumo
less,
Dora. No,
no
miss the
flips.
Ura, so 1326.
So Kashino right back in the game, going into South 3.
Yeah, making a little bit of distance. Still got some groundwork on Minami. Hinami is going to be struggling. Really needs to hit a Mangan to even Stevens the board.
Yes, exactly. But at the same time, you know, just getting the hand, getting the scores closed up, going into the last few hands is very important.
Yeah.
We always talk about like I think usually 10,000 is the number, right? As long as you're less than 10,000 away, you can always
Yep.
get a Mangan.
That is true.
But
A little bit harder in Akanashi, but very doable. We've seen a couple Mangans earlier. You can always just draw 3 of the Dora and then find your
3,000
lifestyle.
I think, than 10,000.
Yeah.
So Minami's second dealership. And it's a very mid start, to be fair.
It's an all right hand. Hey, you hit the right draws, you're right there.
That's true.
Good, solid 3 Shanten hands, some Tanya routes, can play the Dora. Although, oh my goodness, everybody else I think is already Rian Shanten.
Yeah.
Wow, everyone else's shape is phenomenal from what I saw. The Minami collecting with that 6, so a little bit more efficiency. Yeah, Hasegawa, Rian Shanten, although the end weight's ugly. Kashino, I believe, same state. Oh my god, that 3-pin's so dirty.
Well,
that 3-pin, that is a dirty 3-pin. I mean, the end weight is going to be East 5 so at the moment. And with one East out, it's not going to be a great weight. So we might see.
I actually disagree. I think it'd be a perfect weight, personally.
Well, again, if we can get Tenpai without the last East dropping, which is the important part.
That's true.
We need to find it before that. Although now with this 3 so this might be wraps.
But like a non-Yakuhai once cut wind.
Yeah.
If someone draws that, they're discarding it, right? Unless their hand's really, really bad and they have nothing but
I want to point something out. You had to qualify that with if someone draws that. So if it's not one of the bottom 13, but we're just going to draw the perfect 2-3. So now we're on double Yuan and Ishanten for Reach Pinfudora, possible Sanshoku, possible Tanya. Just insane hand.
Just add Sanshoku as well.
Yeah, it's like, either, close to Mangan minimum or Baimon potential. Yeah, who knows?
The age-old debate, Sanshoku versus Itsu. Which will complete first?
Oh, 7 so.
Actually, I much prefer Sanshoku to Itsu, but
I'm actually an Itsu apologist because Sanshoku is harder to lock in than Itsu a lot of the time, in my opinion.
That's true. You can generally call Itsu quite easily.
Although Itsu is much more telegraphed, which is the problem. Sanshoku is a little bit, or it can be a little bit harder to predict depending on the hand. Ooh, and a good Ishanten.
One away.
Can we draw the Dora 4-pin as our Tonki to get Tenpai, though?
There's a real chance if the 6-pin gets played, it'll actually be called for Tenpai. For Kashino. Although Itsu open with 1 Dora, it's nice. And with the scores being as close as they are, it might even be the best choice, but doesn't feel great.
Mm-hmm.
Would much rather get that closed. Chance for a Pure Sequence upgrade for our dealer here, Minami.
Oh, South. This is.
I actually don't mind cutting 1-2.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
South is live, so yeah, and it's
South slide by 1. You have the 6-pin Chi for Tenpai as well, even though it's a little ugly.
If you think about you're accepting the fact you're going to open for Itsu, you might as well open for the South as well.
Hmm.
And I do, would you draw it yourself? Oh, that was green for a second there. I'll take it back.
Hinami really wanting to get Tenpai, just can't quite find it. And speaking of Tenpai, we are going to
There it is.
reach Tanyao Dora on the 3-pin, the Dora indicator. The hardest tile, I would say, to get on this board, especially
Yes.
versus that Riichi. Maybe
And in
even
fact,
more
we
so than
see
the Dora.
3 of them. Unless they're, yeah, I think we see 3 of them, which means there's only 1 left to draw.
Oh, that 6-0 could have Tonkied on the Dora,
That would have
even
been so
Damed
good,
on
yeah.
it. Clean 52. 8-0, a little bit scary, especially with that 5-0 being the reach tile, but has to be looking for the 8 with one of the last 2 7s and one of the last 2 9s. It is lower odds, and we are going to find the courage to push it. Is going to pass.
Yeah, I feel a bit more comfortable about the 8 there, specifically because we see quite a lot of the 7s out already as well.
Yeah, 2 7s, 2 9s. So you have to have one of the last 2 for each of them and wait on the 8, which there's only 2 more of. So
Yes, exactly.
is pretty unlikely, but the 3-0 much more likely. So we're going to play South. We go, ooh, not willing to push that.
Yeah, the other sad thing for Kashino is the 2-pin
Ooh.
is not safe at all.
Tenpai here. Are we going to reach back? And we are on Reach Pin Fudora.
Really?
1-4-so, which I believe is
Hinami's in last
pretty
place,
golden
so
in the wall.
especially given that the way the scores work in this, even if you're in last place, you go for it.
Yeah.
But you really want that first place, so you got to be super aggressive. You only really got 2 hands left in a dealership.
Oh, and you draw
there's
the
3.
last 3. That is going to be Reach
And you
Tanya Dora. 52 to the dome. Oh, and Minami. Oh, no, it's dealer, so that's going to be 77. Oh, that is going to be tough for Hinami.
But you had to go for it, right? Hinami had to go for it. She's in last place.
Yeah,
She
Reach
doesn't have a
Pin on the
dealership
Dora.
left.
I mean, that late, you could make an argument, especially without the Sanshoku, to pass it up.
I suppose.
But with 1-4, if you hit E-Pots and an Ura, you get the Mangon directly on first anyway. I think it's too good.
I tend to be a very aggressive player who reaches too often. I think that's my that's one of my flaws. I'm more than happy to reach.
See, I've been bad beaten so much that most people are probably like, "Oh, you reached that 100% of the time." But I've had that exact thing happen too much, where I'm like, it's kind of hard to get a lot
Yeah.
of value from this." And I'm the type of guy who draws the deal in tiles right after I do stuff like that. So I like to be a little cautious because I know, like, especially when I draw an EPOS tile that doesn't fit in the rest of my hand, I'm like, oh, okay, that's what they're waiting on. Now I got to figure out how to play this.
I'd like to say confirmation bias, but sometimes it does just feel like you're cursed.
The amount of times it's happened to me, it almost is a skill because I'm like, oh, that's what they're waiting on because the wall gave it to me EPOTs and it doesn't fit in the hand.
Yeah, we've all been there. Oh, of course, that's what I'm going to draw next. Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Oh, the worst tile to play on the board. Isn't that lovely?
Yeah.
And it's the one tile I got to play to complete this hand. Isn't that nice? But going into this round, South 3, repeat 1. It's looking like
Amazing.
Hasegawa's.
Hasegawa also has a very strong pure sequence building up. Exactly.
Yeah, possible Honitsu, some very interesting draws and tiles. I don't really see anybody else making good challenges here, too. Everybody else's hand is a little bit weaker. Definitely seeing dealer Minami try, but man, if Hasegawa is going to draw like that, one more Manzu, we might see the 4-5 throw. Really try and get some points to get first, or at least be able to pass Kashino going into all last.
Yeah, absolutely. I do like I do try and use the pros play as inspiration sometimes. Especially when you get into like a weird situation, you can actually talk about like what does a pro do in this situation? What do I do in this situation?
Yeah.
I think that's the secret of Mahjong commentary. It's like playing a game but with none of the downs. you have to deal. You don't have to deal with any consequences, but you can sort of go, "What would I do in this situation?"
Yeah, I think especially with the pros, like when they're playing this high level and when they're obviously like very respected, like strong players, one of the key things to do is anytime you see them do something and you go, I wouldn't do that, thinking, why wouldn't I do that? And why are they doing that? Because again, odds are
Yes.
there's a reason for it. So especially if you can't understand that reason, that's like the key hand, at least in my eyes, that is like the perfect one to study.
Yeah, absolutely. And should probably just say Hasegawa is now one away from Tenpai.
Oh my god, that pawn is just sadness for Hinami.
Okay, that is Tenpai for Minami. But yeah, gonna take
Very
it, but not
dumb.
gonna reach, which makes sense.
Dumb on the 4 pin. You have stronger weights if you draw the 6 pin. You also have Dora Tonki if you get the 5. A lot of good things.
But Minami doesn't even have to really win this hand. She's got a big lead. She doesn't need to take any risks. Unless the hand's really good.
Well, remember, it is a league system. Oka is good,
That's
but
true.
every point can matter. Like, first is going to matter above everything else, but
When this reach comes out, though, Minami's going to be very happy she didn't reach
yep.
on a relatively not as good weight.
Reach Pinfu Dora coming out. Hasegawa looking to catch up a bit to Minami.
Or at the very least, catching up to Kashino. Maybe first place is. I know it's maybe a little bit naive to think that you can never make it first place from that position, but definitely looking at the player behind you and thinking, yeah, I can overtake them. So the player in front of you. Speaking of, I believe Kashino is folding this hand. But she'll be feeling a lot of pressure if Hasegawa manages to catch up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if Hasegawa would be Reach Pinfu Dora Sumo, you flip the Ura and you have Mangan. Oh, that 5 is so ugly. 9-8 so bad here too. Rock in a hard place. We'll find a way to drop the 9 so.
Also, am I crazy or are there really 7 tiles left for this to draw in?
For the
I think
3
there's 3
6
threes and
pin?
all 4 sixes.
Well, there's 1 6.
Okay, so now there's only 6 tiles, 3 of each.
Yeah, you might
Which
be
is still
right on that.
insane. That's so many tiles at the stage of the game. Going into row 3 and still having 6 tiles left to draw.
Surely this has to be like 2 so or 2 mon or 7 mon.
Yeah, that's gonna be one of my tips for when you've got a really bad hand. Sometimes it's accepting that your hand is really terrible and thinking 2 things. Question 1,
7p.
what can I do to make sure I don't deal in? And preparing to deal in nice and early. Question 2, if I'm probably not going to win this hand anyway, how do I make value?
Wow. I'm surprised. Minami did not want to push the 6 so. It was proven Nakasuji because the 3 was in pawn and the 9 passed. Minami, again, showing that she really does not want to take any risks whatsoever. Does not want to even think about the chance of that 6 so dealing in and decides to just fold out with the West.
You know, if the scores of 6
Especially
is only
this late.
different, you would be taking those risks, but there's no point. This late in. Well, this is Tenpai for Hinami, and I don't see why she won't take it. Even though it is risky, it's reach, it's pinfu, it's a chance of pure sequence, it's all simples. You're in last place. If you weren't in last place, I wouldn't be thinking about it as much, but I'm jamming that 4 pin.
4 pin's pretty bad.
7,900 points.
4 pin's pretty bad, but
you're in last place. It's South 3. You don't have a dealership left.
Man is gonna shove. You have the Ipeiko chance, no Sanshoku.
But yeah, Minami has no reason to push this. It's just going to play West. Get out of this hand as safe as possible.
Speaking of Tenpais, we can throw 7 mon. Nope, we don't want it. Kashino says, I'm out. Too much danger.
I guess there's a very slight chance of the Sanshoku if we draw the 6, like the 4-5-6 instead of 5-6-7. But yeah, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it.
Just too dangerous. Four 7 so dead right now, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately. But you've got to go for it when you're in last place. Sometimes...
Oh yeah, I mean, you have to hit hands at some point. Speaking of, well, actually, we're probably folded. Do we have 1 mon? Yeah. No, we don't have 1 mon. Do we have any safety here? I guess 2 pins terrible. Wow, there are no good tiles. There has been no help so far.
This is actually pretty horrid, yeah.
Maybe 8 so because of the 7. Jeez, I don't even know. Did you get away with 6 pin? No, no threes out.
Oh,
This is so tough. Wow, there is no help.
Maybe no.
Okay, likes the 5. I think it's Nakasuji versus 1 and half Suji on the other. But 6 pin will come out from the Riichi,
And
Reach, Pinfu,
unfortunately,
Dora, Ura. Oh, Mangan. Hinami deals in again. Tahawa, Hasegawa going to catch up a bit.
I suppose, of just being behind, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. It's
definitely worth taking more risks to try and recover.
Yeah.
Risks.
I mean, this is just textbook.
It has made Southpaw very interesting.
Yeah, this is textbook. You're just losing head to head. Hinami has been, I think, even having better statistical weights than a lot of the first Riichis on the board, but just happens to get kicked by it.
So this is going to be a hand where Minami's going to be trying to win this as quickly as possible. Kashino's also be trying to win this as quickly as possible. 1,000 points is more than enough to get second place, unless there's a huge amount of value. Let's have a quick little look at Kashino's hand to see if she's going to be going for speed or first place. And it looks like the answer is going to be speed, because this hand is not worth a whole bunch of points, sadly. But 1,000 points is enough to get out of third and into second, which is huge.
Yep. And I mean, here's the other tricky part for Hasegawa. Hasegawa has to end dealership naturally. I don't believe timer has been called yet. There is timer for this league. I think, if memory serves me right, it's after 80 minutes. Is that what it is?
It is 80 minutes, and then they finish the hand. I think they play one more hand.
Yes, 80 plus 1, I believe, is correct. Yeah. So we're not in like true all last yet. So Hasegawa is going to have to pass dealership naturally, which, when you are that close to third, is a recipe to getting third. That being said, still a little bit more time, can win a hand or two, try and increase the lead, make a play on first. Hopefully.
I will say, though, our leader right now, I believe, is currently only one away from Tenpai, and she can Dharma.
Yeah, Minami
has that Dharma pin too. The East is not the round win, it's not her win, so she can not reach. Hopefully, not give the information away that she's Tenpai, and end this match before anything else can happen.
Yeah, Hinami trying to find some value.
What Hinami's doing. I respect Hinami's attempt. Trying to get those triplets.
Yeah, trying to get triplets, Chitoi, Honitsu, Sananko. Something that just gets a ton of value.
Is Minami refused that perfectly Shanten? Because she wants to make the 6-9 look safe. I like cutting that 8 of bamboo nice and early.
Maybe, although turn 5 is not too early.
So to confirm, yep, absolutely. In most pro play, the dealer, if they win in all last, the game will continue. And the trade-off for that is that if you go and these 0 points, the game will also continue. Basically, everyone gets 2 full dealerships, the benefits and the drawbacks of that. So even if you are last and you're in the lead, even if you're in first and you're in the lead as last dealer, the game will continue. We don't have to worry about that this game, though. But maybe in future games, today, we might see that happen.
See, dealer reach has been hit by Hasegawa. I believe just Riichi Pinfu. Waiting on the 6-9 mon. Tanya on the 6 mon. Is it enough to scare Minami away, though?
Ooh. It would be for me.
But up in the lead. Time, the hand's good, though. The hand's real good.
True.
We could throw east to east. We could take a chance on 1-so or 1 pin. We are going to throw east to east.
It's not too much a step back. It's definitely a step back, but it's not the end of the world like level.
I mean, you pair up 1 pin or hit 1 4-so, then you're right back to where you were. Speaking of
Another pair, Hinami. Hello.
Ishanten on the Chitsui. Speaking of, there's that one Ishanten yet again. Are we going to see the Dama? Are we going to see the Chase, Riichi? High risk, high reward. Dora is out though, so on average, chances are slimmer. Or pin. This is tough. We could drop 9 mon for the most acceptance. We are going to drop 8. We're going to make sure we don't lose even more points. Hinami says this is not the hand to catch up. I'm going to back away, make sure I don't deal in, dig myself deeper in the hole.
There's an argument for really, really chasing and trying to get every point you can, but because the in-game score does matter, sometimes if you keep your calm, just be like, you know what? I'll take a minus 50 instead of a minus 60.
Yeah, if you find yourself in the hole, no need to dig it deeper than it needs to be.
Yeah. So the real question is, we're probably going to be seeing a dealer repeat here, but how bad is it going to get? How many dealer repeats is Hasegawa going to chain here?
See.
Oh wow, congrats. That is a rarity to see one in live play. Even if it's not necessarily you who got it. To see someone win with a completed hand on their initial draw. that is a rarity. That's not something I've seen in my own play. One day. Hopefully it'll be me, but
I saw that once the day before a tournament by one of my club mates. We played one practice game that night. It got to East 2, and then Tenho got hit. And they did terrible at the tournament the next day. So I'm on Yakubana's curse team. All in. Ooh, Minami's broken Tenpai too. Minami is out.
The very first Yakuman I won, I think, was at a tournament, and something had happened. I think like the water pipes in my house had broken or something like that. Like a lot of weird, bad stuff happened, and then I played Mahjong and I got.
That's how it goes. I'm okay with this. Universal karma is just a thing in Mahjong. The more I play, that's where my answers are leading me. Your luck on the table and in real life tend to even out to an extent. Two pin.
It might have just been subconsciously saying, "I need this."
You know,
it's unfortunate we got rid of a pair of the 8-pin from Hinami with 2 triplets and an extra pair would have been very, very handy. But 3 still trips would be really nice if Hinami does manage to get a bit lucky.
Yeah, 6-9 is
actually
all but Tenpai on 5-8.
Yes.
Surely I wouldn't think you'd take it. Probably take the Tenpai payment, fish a little bit. For Hinami too, that 1500 is more than the hand win itself. Well, not quite, because you get the Riichi stick in the middle, but
that's true. Yeah.
Trying to find the safest tile.
She can reach, even if she's under 0 points, but
ooh, and yep.
No.
And it was super out.
Way too late.
Oh, and that was Kashino actually that hit Tenpai. So Kashino might actually just clean this up to secure second.
Yeah.
I would not surprise me one bit. Could greed.
This is sort of the perfect situation for Kashino. And that's another really interesting point, though, right? Hasegawa, having paid that 1,000 point bet, she's now underneath Kashino in score. But we are going to go again. But now Kashino is in second place because of that one Riichi stick.
Yeah, I mean, Hasegawa had a good weight. You're expecting to win, but this is one of those all last things. Now Hasegawa needs to win another hand, knows for sure. I mean, I think a lot of the time when you're a dealer in a situation like this, you're already assuming that you're down and that you need to build a bigger gap. Like if you're in 1K especially.
Yeah, at that point, anyone winning any sumo, you're just sad.
Or even just on Tenpai payments, a lot of the time I think you fall because there's a lot of incentive to push for second. So decide, but not too much has changed, but now it's like for certain on the board. And Kashino has a little bit of breathing room.
Speaking of Kashino, I think looking at the opening hands, I think she's got a very good start here. I have to quickly review that.
Oh, Hasegawa has a beautiful starting hand too. I believe Ryan Shanten already. Kashino, another great starter. Hinami struggling. Not quite the speed of the other hands. And now we're doing some weird stuff as Minami. We have the green dragon to call. We have the 1-pin, which is once out. And the 8-pin pair.
Yeah, one thing going to be very interesting to see is if Minami snap calls that green dragon. I would, but I know I tend to get antsy at this point, especially when there are dealer repeats in all last. I tend to get a little bit sort of jumpy.
I mean, it's how confident you can be in your defense later game. How confident you can be in not dealing in, even with limited tiles.
It's also just, I need to win this, otherwise they're going to win, and then they'll be ahead of me.
Yeah, but that's like, you know, fallacy thinking, right?
True. I was just talking about the confirmation bias, but I've had games where I was in first place with a lead of like 30,000 points, and I folded, and someone gained 40,000 points.
Yeah, but you're playing averages, right? Speaking of, not even needing to call that Hatsu.
Huge call.
Yeah. Yaku confirmed in the hands. Now we can be a little weird with it. Ryan Shanten still for Kashino.
Really good draw for Hinami, but
needs a lot of points.
Yeah, I think honestly, just scoring some points to make sure that you stop losing at this point might just be the best choice.
Maybe.
Playing the efficient 1-3-5 shape keep, but
could go towards a Honitsu. Ishanten for Hasegawa. Another Ishanten.
Ishanten for Kashino.
On a Pinfu.
Yeah, it could easily Dama that. Try to avoid telling other players that you're ready.
Mangan passes, though, even on Ron, I believe, though. Mangan passes Minami with Homba and the stick in the middle.
It's true. That is true. 1,000.
So even on direct, yeah. Even on direct, you'll pass guaranteed. It's tempting. It's real tempting.
Well,
Or one, we won't play yet.
Once again, these pros refusing perfectly Shanten. That 6-7-7 shape, because we don't want to reach on cut 7, waiting on 5-8. I think it's really interesting because sometimes you see the pros keep it quite a long time, and sometimes they would just refuse it immediately. I wonder if it's just random or if it's based on the pros' sort of style, but it's always interesting.
Could be so. I mean, it could be how late it's getting into the round too. This late into the round, they just want to have a bit of safety. Speaking of, Dama 10 for Hasegawa on 3-pin with Yaku would be Tanyao Nomi. Going to be looking surely for the Pinfu upgrade. Would not be surprised in a snap call.
The closer you are to winning, the harder it is to draw tiles to get you there. This is also
2-pin Dama 10. That floating 2-pin. I guess it's not quite floating. Oh my god, 2-5 Tenpai on Kashino. 3 players are Tenpai. I don't think any of them know that there are 2 other players Tenpai. Who's first in head bump order?
I think
it'd be Minami. If Hasegawa drops 2-pin, then it'll be Kashino, and otherwise it would be Minami. It's such a complicated scenario. Oh my god, and now we have Anka 7 on. I mean, could drop 2-2, could drop 5-6.
That's definitely true. But the Riichi comes
on
out.
6, Hinami wants some points. We could see 4 Riichis here.
I think it's fair. I think it's fair from last place.
Ooh, okay. Dama on that 2-pin. Okay, still Dama on that 3-pin. Oh, because we have the Sanshoku for Hasegawa on the Tuso draw. We're 1 off.
I see the last 7 of characters. Do we see the last 8 of characters? Is there a chance we get a cut from Hinami here?
I mean, if you're Hinami, you've course con, but I don't know. Oh, but Hasegawa finds the 3-pin. Sumo Tanyao.
It doesn't need to be a big hand. It just needs to be a winning hand.
That's 1,100 all. That's a lot. That is a ton right now. 2 sticks on the board. All of a sudden, scratching it first. And now, very importantly, Kashino is not Mangan direct away. She is Mangan Sumo away from Minami. Kashino's win condition just got a lot worse.
That's true.
Hinami is pretty much going to push anything if she's got the hand for it. So Mangan Direct, I think, is important in this scenario. Would be able to pass Hasegawa. So we still
Well,
may
with
see
a
that
pair of
condition.
beasts,
Yeah, Hasegawa's looking
I,
to rack it up again.
you don't necessarily need to keep to win huge hands as long as you keep winning, I suppose.
If you win 3 okay hands, that's the same as a
Yeah,
Mangan.
basically, yeah. I don't know basically about it. It's just that's correct.
T-pin coming up. Oh my god, West pair. East or Mochi
Okay.
Mochi. Hold on. And this might be a
Do
Chitoy
we
hand.
consider a
Okay.
half flush? Do we consider
Okay.
3-pin here?
I mean, I think it's got to be 3-pin or green. We'll throw green first.
Okay, going green
A lot of
first. Okay.
options. But Mochi Mochi on the East is huge here. That is so massive. Because if Hasegawa
Yes.
opens up, that is a roadblock. And Minami is going to be looking to play tight into the chest, I would think, not opening up. So Minami
Yeah,
might,
exactly.
like, Chitoy is a very real route. And if Hasegawa goes Atazuke, goes needing the East for Yaku, then this could be disastrous for Hasegawa. Although 2-3-pin.
Okay, maybe we give up on the flush angle here. East comes out. Okay, East is gonna get pawned immediately.
Throws the East. I almost want to say that you have to throw the West there just because of that one scenario. Now, later on, it is more dangerous for the East because dealer is going to win more points on that. So the West is safer to fold out on. But man, that is a huge, that singular decision, it could have a huge ripple in the state of this game. Just cutting the one off wind pair from the other.
We shall see. But yes, exactly. Yeah, Hasegawa getting that. We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, yeah, hand's not over, but again, completely different. With that East locked up, Hasegawa's options are limited, and she's going to be feeling like she's pushed against the wall. Now with this East call, Hasegawa might as well be free flying in the sky, can call whatever she wants, take the quickest route to Tenpai to try and get another repeat. Even if it's cheap, repeats are good, and Hasegawa might be able to catch first after this
Very
one.
true. Minami is only 2 away for Pinfu, so there is a Dharma-able Tenpai out there for Minami to draw.
Oh, and this might go
But
Chitoy. Yep.
yeah, I'd be going Chito here.
Hinami gonna go Chitoy Shanten. No door yet, but
Yeah, sadly with
there.
hands like that, especially from behind, Chito is a very easy to defend hand.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not looking good for Hinami, especially with this second call from our dealer. The game will not be over even if Hasegawa manages to win this one.
Yep. It'll just
Obviously.
change all last conditions for the third hand in a row.
Yes.
Advance the timer a little bit too. That's got to be something these players are starting to think about. This game has had a lot of draws, some repeats, a lot of hands going. So I mean, we can't see how far along the timer is, but I think it's getting close. We're gonna see Tenpai
that is
7-8.
7-8.
Hasegawa.
You see a 7 here, but
looking
it's
like
coming
red.
out.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so here. Probably the red first.
You would cut the red and then 7-9 of bamboo first, just because it's the overlap there.
Yeah.
If we're talking pure efficiency, at least.
Chitoy Tenpai. I would think you drop 5 Mondama. Maybe even 2
Yeah,
Pin
I think that's
Dama
fair.
to disguise the Chitoy. Or can do this. You also have the Ipeko. If you draw,
I think realistically, you're just looking for a better way.
I mean, I think you're looking for Dora.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe if you get an off when that looks good. Oh, well, con it. 8 months Kabe. It's so good then.
I mean, actually, good point. Honestly,
No, that's so fake. That's so fake. Open.
I mean,
that's so fake. Open.
It would be
no shot.
A very interesting move.
I will say, I know a lot of people who would be like, "That's a Harrison play." He would do something stupid like that because you would think, "Why would anybody ever play that way?" Which is why sometimes you got to play that way.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I didn't even think about the logic when you said it, but also, okay, 3-so.
Okay,
It works for some. People love 3-so.
Yeah, the occultist. Fake news.
But,
fake news.
Well, we'll see. I doubt it, but at least it gets this game over, and Hinami manages to gain a few points back.
Interesting decisions
Yeah,
now.
that's awkward.
I mean, a fishing cut should be 5M, I believe, especially with a
Yeah,
9
I
pin
think that's
out.
fair.
Could also argue for 9 mon in case you draw 8 pin Dora, and then you can draw 7 mon, play the 5 mon as a pair. Which I think that's the tank from Kashino. Whether drop 5M or 9 mon. Ooh, it's gonna drop the 9 pins though. Senses some danger.
Okay.
Senses a Tenpai. Wouldn't
You
have
know what? That's fair.
potentially could have dealt in.
It's
Yeah, playing safe. I mean, from Minami's position or from Kashino's position. That's the way to do it. Dealer's 2
another
calls
miss.
open too.
Yeah, you have to assume the dealer is ready to win. But then you also have to assume she's not got a very valuable hand. Of course, from first
Potentially.
place, where the scores are that close, you don't want to be taking any risks, but
2-2 out. Oh.
shout outs to Hinami getting a triplet there. Maybe Hinami can go for a Yakuman, but it's over, at least for now. The 8 man is here.
Boom.
The game's not over though.
Yeah, I'll take 600 from everybody. Actually, that's enough food to upgrade. That's 140. That's 700 all plus the 2 humbas, so 900 all. I had to do that math. I was like, wait a second. Oh my god,
The game
that
is still
40
over, though.
fu is insane. That 40 fu actually puts Hasegawa in the lead now. That's huge. Does Hasegawa get there
Now-
without it? That would have been 7
I don't think so.
all. So you would have no, you'd be down 600. So you'd be tied actually. No, you'd be 100 down without the 40 fu. I
But
believe.
still, it's much like when Hasegawa was like 1,000 points away
What
from the
in
second. She still has to defend this. Also, hello. Yeah.
This hand's weird too. 6
Hmm.
mon floating, good shape. Okay, well, 4 pair start.
Toy.
Okay, well, we're thinking. Not going to drop the north yet. I like it. Bit of a tricky way. And we have this 1, 2, 3 Junchan looking hand from Minami. Okay, this is going to be a wacky hand.
This is one of those situations where you don't want a very valuable hand, especially not from Minami.
No,
Because
yeah.
you don't need value. You just need to win.
Yeah, I mean, Oka is 15-point swing, 20-point swing, because you also get a placement out of it.
Yeah.
So it's huge.
Every player's put 5 points in, so the winner will get plus 20. It's crazy.
Well, 15 points and then Uma
Your own
difference is like 10 because you're getting 5 back. So I think it's actually a 25 or 30-point swing. It's a ridiculous swing
in total. But yeah.
So Minami is just like, okay, quickest hand, 1 Han down. We're doing it. Minami is getting some weird Junchan hand.
I don't care how I get first, as long as I get first.
Okay, Kashino's doing weird stuff. We have like Sanako Ishanten. Oh, okay. Hinami's got Nako with some pairs. We're getting zany.
Hinami. Good luck. I'd love to see a Yakuman today. That'd be very exciting.
Minami going towards Pinfu. East triplet in the hand. Hold on. We might not be done yet. Hasegawa. Oh, okay.
Another triplet. Okay.
Another 5. Hinami. Some Dora blockers. Those are always good. Dora indicator is walled off. That's valuable knowledge. That means if Dora is getting played, it's with a 7-8 or by itself. We're going to see the Hasegawa going aggressive. I think that's completely fair. Can also call the north.
Not a lot of value, but it doesn't really matter too much as long as
1 north left.
Continues.
Oh, another 4 mon. Okay.
Yeah.
Has some weird Chitoi nonsense for Kashino. Oh, we're going for 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku. Minami says, okay, time to speed up. Tenpai on 7 so as well. Dealer is ready. Ooh, is this...
Efficient cut is Dora, but you don't want to cut Dora.
No, efficient cut's 4 mon.
Yeah, I take it back. Yeah, you're right.
Although I think 2 mon if you're going to cut 4 mon, and then you play like the 4, 4, 6, 8, 8.
6, 8, 8, yeah. That's the sequence of the pair.
Tenpai. Ooh.
Wait.
Interesting. We're going for a Tanyao Pinfu Ipeko type shape. Instead of going for the Dream Suanko, which there is a 9M now.
It is Tenpai right now, waiting on the 7 of bamboo.
Oh, we drew back in the Tenpai for Hinami. Hinami tanking again on the 2-5.
Yes.
Low key.
Okay.
Low key, I would wait and try to draw 3 or 4 mon, and then you could Riichi on 5 pin. And you have
Yeah.
Riichi, Tanyao, Sanchoku chance,
I think that's fair.
which is good points. Good points.
This 7 will end the game if it's played.
No, there's almost
Actually, no,
no
won't. No, won't.
shot.
Hasagawa's dealer, so the game will continue.
Yeah, the game will continue.
Sorry.
Oh, and 7 does come out straight from Kashino and another stick collected.
This really is death by 1,000 cuts, but Hasegawa is just keeping this dealership running. And you know what? The Honpas, the repeat counters are starting to matter.
Oh, that was last hand.
We must run
That
out
was
of time.
timer.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. Well, time's been called.
Okay.
And Hasegawa gets a very convincing first place. This was a really interesting match, right? It was very close to start off with. A lot of very good defensive play. But we've seen a few players who have been able to make 1 or 2 very powerful hands. We've seen players able to score wins.
Yeah, that was definitely a very kind of snappy all-around game. A bit of a roller coaster.
Different players with different styles, right?
Mm-hmm.
The way people play, we've seen definitely very different styles in terms of the way people have been building their hands.
Yeah, and
but it's also been really interesting.
A very defensive game from a lot of players, but still, again, when the hands were there, they were very snappy and very very willing to play aggressive, very willing to just go for it.
Yeah, exactly. But that was a really fun match, and I'm looking forward to watching the 2 that we streaming today. But I won't be the one streaming it, because in fact, for the next game, I will be replaced by Jenn, I believe.
Oh my goodness, Jenn, the busiest woman on earth. I'm more and more convinced, Isha.
Yeah, honestly, Jenn
does it all.
I'm trying. I like being busy better than not.
Hey, idle hands are for the devil. That's what I say too. Me and you.
I know it's maybe me to ask, but are you playing tomorrow, Jenn?
Yes.
Do we get to see you play?
Yes. And that's why I'm not commentating at all tomorrow.
I'm looking forward to it.
It would be fun to watch Jenn just commentate her own game and be like, oh, that cut's terrible. I don't know why I did that. And be like, oh, this hand's silly. Really I can't believe I hit this. Just that over and over.
Saying that over and over anyway. Pretty much every
tune in everyone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because we have to cheer Jenn on.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's what everyone's going to be doing, right?
Well, yeah, so tomorrow Uotani makes her debut on our team. And we each played 1 game. So it will be, it's going to be a good day.
And remind me, because I have goldfish brain, Uotani did quite well in the Sankei Shimbun Cup last year, correct?
Yep. Yeah, she did. I think she made the final table, even, not just the playoff. She made the final table. Did not win the title. That went to Sugawara, but it was very close.
Yeah, scratching it. Pretty much as close as you can get.
Recruit a pretty incredible player.
Yeah, she calls herself a final table junkie.
Playing the final table slot machine. One of these times, you'll get the right hands, be able to scrape it away.
I think she's actually, I think she's had one of those times more than any other women pro ever.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe any other pro ever.
I mean,
she has more titles than I think any pro ever.
Oh wow! And consistency there. Jeez, it sounds like it's gonna be some exciting games then.
Yeah, she's great. Also, someone who played on the featured table last month, Kaori Shimizu, just added another title to her name with the Mondo Women's Cup. So
congratulations, that's awesome.
Yeah, she's one of our favorites, featured on Prost, roasting whales hands.
Okay, so I'm on her side. Anyone who roasts whales hands, immediate fan. I'm all for it.
Yeah, Kaori is also one of the best. So yeah, we have really great players in the Sankei Shimbun Cup. It's always exciting.
Okay, so Speaking of those good players, Jen, you're going to know more about them than me. Do you want to go ahead and introduce our second table games? Oops, that one.
I like how you just had to accidentally show me in
Oops.
first place overall. Everybody.
Oopsies.
Yeah, first dealer Misaki Hanamiya representing Hiyokodo. I think one of my kohai, JPML. In the south seat, Mariko Satsuki. I think she did play last season. We didn't see a whole lot of her, but she is back and this is a new team, the Mysh team. Mysh, Miss H, something like that. In the west seat, Sakura Ichimiya representing Mahjong Keio, and in the north seat, Kamo always has the onion around with her, front runner. Her nickname is Nagi, Kamo Nagi. She always has this long, like, onion stuffed animal. It's not an animal. Stuffy.
Like a leek or like an actual green onion?
Like a leek.
Okay, I was gonna say the leek I've seen. Green onion would be crazy. I thought you were talking like a white, like Spanish onion or something, and I was like, oh, okay, we're real. That's a real onion head right there.
The long ones. So I guess it's
Yeah.
like maybe bigger, wider than a leek.
Okay.
More girth.
So maybe.
So it's the
okay.
Naga.
Something weird. I don't know.
The long onion.
I gotta catch up on my vegetables. Clearly not hip. But let's see how these players are gonna play. Maybe we'll see it. Oh, that's a leak. Yeah, that's a leak for sure. Looking at the games.
Leeks are usually like thinner, but yeah, that's her.
Not the leaks I've seen. There are some crazy leaks.
Okay, American leagues versus Japanese leagues.
It's whatever we got in the soil, whatever weird agricultural techniques. No, maybe that is green onion. Now I'm doubting. That's like 3 to. I don't know. Something. Ooh, starting hands. Not looking the best. Looks like Satsuki might have a good starter. And that seems to be about it. Everybody else is going to spend some time building the hand up. Oh, I guess dealer Hanamiya also not looking too bad. Some great shape. Needs to finish it. We got a weird off angle for Ichimiya. Is that because Ichimiya is left-handed?
That is, yeah. They moved the camera for left-handed players so that their hand doesn't get in the way.
Okay, I'm glad I picked
and you
that
watch
up on
some
first
other
watch.
streams. Yeah, you'll watch some other streams and their hand is really just in the way the whole time when they're left-handed.
Yeah. I mean, it's very rare for a player. Well, rare enough for a player to be left-handed, at least in my experience. In the US, you don't see it too much.
A lot of pros are, yeah, you'll see it probably. I think once a stream, probably for Sankei Shimbun Cup.
A lot of left-handed pros.
Yeah, yeah, because we're all neurodivergent. I think that's how it works. If you use your left hand, you're using your right brain. Right?
No, I'm way too stupid to even think about stuff like that. You just somehow the left hand's the one you use. I like to keep it nice and simple. Ooh, speaking of nice and simple, decent hand right here. We're going to figure out what we want to throw. We have a 3-4-5 Sanshoku, but we like that Dora 9-mon play more. Trying to keep it for now. See if we can wiggle that into the hand for, I believe, Ichimiya. But Riichi from dealer Hanamiya for a
Gonna make it really hard to discard. Oh, she's already discarded the Dora, so right?
Yeah.
That is the Dora.
Yes. Is that Reach Pinfu on the
right
258 of Manzu? Yeah, Riichi on the 258.
Yeah,
with
sort of
7-9 showing with Dora. What a crazy way. Oh, speaking of another Tempai, I missed that. Was that 2-5 as well?
That filled in the 258. Wait. In the dots. It was a 3-sided in the dots that filled in, so it's waiting for the 5-8. Bamboo right there.
Yes. I think
it did have the potential for the 3-sided weight, but that filled in first.
Now,
which is
ooh,
statistically more likely.
yes, I was about to say I don't like to be occultish, but I swear to you, San Menshan, the three-sided weight, especially as dealer, is like bait. I swear the win rate of that hand is so much lower than what every stat ever would suggest it's supposed to be. But it pays off this time. Reach Pinfu. Nothing else, but
I
with the stick, Hanamiya not doing too bad for herself to start dealership 1.
think it was how much this is. When you have a three-sided weight as dealer, you have nothing to fear except for Kanchan.
That's true. Maybe that was the reason. The weight was too good fighting. It was the Rhiannon. Oh, this is a
Like the
decent
hand
starting time
before.
fight too. What was that? Rhiannon
Yeah,
Shante?
there's some. Yeah, there were some poor weights, but it's already really advanced
Yeah.
as far as Shanten goes.
I mean, again, as dealer, if you can get to Riichi, especially with what it feels like how a lot of these pros play, that's good enough. Like a dealer Riichi is going to be enough to really scare away the rest of the table.
And the other thing about Hanamiya's hand is that it looks like right there. I was gonna switch to Tanyao,
Yeah.
which happened before I could say it. Doesn't look like I
Hey,
thought of it all by
you
myself.
started the sentence. You started the sentence before. You're good. They'll check the clock. They'll, rewind the footage. You got there. We have a Haku pair up for, I believe, Kamo. We'll see if it gets called. Speaking of that, Ichimiya is going to call the Hatsu. Try and just get a nice quick hand. Collect points and go. Decision time. We'll cut 2-pin. Should be the most efficient, I think, with that shape. Also plays the E Peiko. 5671.
Forgot to hit the like button. Hope none of you forgot to hit the like button. If you forgot, do it now.
Yeah, nice little. You
Please.
can wait a second. We're in the middle of a hand. When they start shuffling, then we'll remind you again. Then we can get on the light button. Ooh, speaking of 789, almost looks like we're begging for an excuse to go Honitsu
I get
for
that feeling
Ichimiya.
with San, Shoku, and Ipeiko. Mixed sequences and the double sequence all decided, so there's no reach. Waiting for the middle 6 dot, I believe. Middle 6 character, sorry. That's it.
It's coming up. That won't quite do it. Here's the Haku. Are we going to see a call? We will. Kamo's going to snap it. Cuts Dora. Wants to get it out of the way. Keep that good shape. Ishanten now.
There's the reach.
And Hanamiya goes, you guys are getting too comfortable on this board. Dealer Riichi. Don't care if the weight's bad. We're on 6-mon for Ipeiko.
Also, it's like you, alright, you made your calls now. You're not going to cancel my Ipatsu.
That's true, yeah. Got to a
And
little bit more
Kamo,
points.
she did see it was Tsumogiri, so she decides she can discard the Dora.
Wow. Over
She had just
the
discarded it before the.
yeah, but over the Chun, that's only once out. I would think surely that would come before Dora.
Well, she had just discarded the Dora and she saw the Tsumogiri, so she gambled on
Gambled
you
on probably
didn't
not
wait
waiting
for
for
it with
that. You would have had
no.
Dama, and
Yeah.
and it's like I think in lower skilled like rooms and players, a lot of the time you'll see that where it's like, oh no, I could have won. I'm at Dama with no Yaku. I'm gonna Riichi now for the next one, but this high up, like I don't think any pro ever is gonna do that. And the read works out now.
Yeah, sure. I've totally never ever done that.
Well, not for that reason. Usually there's a bit more thinking behind it if especially against players of this caliber if you're going to do that. 6-0, not quite. Well, Ichimiya's fully backed out and Kamo fighting takes the pot. It's going to be just Haku Nomi, just the white dragon, but also gets the 1300 in the middle, stops dealer Hanamiya's run. So now, if you want to hit that like button, if you haven't done it yet, what's going on? What's the deal? What are we doing here? Ain't no better time than the present.
So tomorrow's games, they're going to debut our new uniform, of which we also have a bunch of
Ooh.
signed uniforms that we're going to use for some sort of promotion. So stay tuned for that. Satsuki, the dealer,
Ooh.
has a whole bunch of pairs and triples. This could be a 789. Sanshoku. Kamo's hand. And come right around to Satsuki. Satsuki has that floating Dora right there. Not quite fitting in anywhere.
Yeah, but looking for it. I mean, we have a Chitoi plan. We could also call the Chun and Tonki on it later. A lot of options. A lot of
Calling
debate.
Chitoi a plan.
I mean, listen, I'm trying to be respectful of the pro players. If I'm on that table, hell no. Never. Not even once. As I have gone Chitoi multiple times this season in A1. But that is
Look
true.
at this Kushi coming
Oh.
to
Weird little cook. Okay, well, we're at pair 5. So even if it's
3.
not a plan, the wall's giving it to us. It's like the cat distribution system. It doesn't matter if you pick it. Sometimes they pick you and you just gotta, roll with the punches.
I think this Kokshi is only 2 away.
Wait, it was that close? I thought there was more pairs. Oh my goodness. Yep, we need red.
It's 1 away.
And what else? 9M? Question mark. No.
Yeah, it has the 9,
Red and
1919
East.
East. Yep.
Oh my god,
And you
there's
only
so
need
many
one of
East on
them
the
to get to
wall.
Tenpai. Yeah, just one to get to Tenpai, and the other one's gonna be the winning tile. And there's a
Ooh.
reach.
Reach Tanyao Dora on the 4-8. We'll cut the West. We're not out yet. This could be crazy. If we draw Tenpai next turn, dropping like South from hand. Wow, these players are playing so fast.
Oh, that's
Oh,
the
that's
winner.
like
Cannot
one of
do.
the 3 tiles you can't push. That sucks. I mean, you definitely wouldn't play it until Tenpai. I might not even play it if I get Tenpai. That tile is bad.
I mean, it's the winning tile, so it's very bad, but
Well, we'll push 3. We see 3 5s. It's good enough for us.
she wanted to draw East and get ready and then get Satsuki in a position like this where she ends up discarding the red dragon.
I mean, this would be a good position to do it from, but that being said, the EV weight of what are the odds with all these tiles in front that Dora doesn't deal in? Oh, and 3-pin's pretty bad too. I would not be surprised for the fold here. I mean, we'll check 3-pin. We really want to fight this. This could be disastrous. What is there? 1 red left? Oh, 2 reds left and 3 east still, right? There are so many left for this. This is kind of insane. This late into a Kokoshi having 5 live tiles. Oh, but we don't like 4. 4 is too much. On top of the 8 we already have.
On top of that, yeah. If it was just the 4, possibly. If it was just the
Yeah.
4 and Tenpai, then
Oh yeah, for
that
Tenpai with just the
that pretty
4.
easily.
The Taurus is so hard though.
And she just she's
Oh yeah,
frustrated
she's
with herself,
smiling. She's
but
like, she'll get the 4. I mean, a gift from above, where it's a deal and avoided so far.
yeah, she's gonna see it on
The
the
East, we're still looking. The red is the bad one. The red's the scary one. We'll throw the 7. Yeah, everyone else has just been playing defensive. This 5-8 pin is not coming out from anybody.
Oh, no, 13-sided weights.
Oh. Is she gonna
And
play the 8 pin? Oh, she
did she go
does.
in?
So
Yeah.
she sees the deal in. So she's like, okay, didn't miss anything. Yeah, I think that's that little smile right there from Hanamiya. She's like, yeah. I mean, especially when you get to like this high of a level, you have a feeling when you get tiles like that, you're like, this is probably gonna deal in. And it's almost validating where you're like, this probably deals in, but I gotta do it. And then you see it deal in, you're like, okay, whatever. Didn't miss
Yeah,
Kokushi.
even after missing that win, technically. Well, I mean, she didn't
Well,
technically, but even after, as far as she knew, she was supposed to win on that red dragon. But it's 13-sided weight. There's how can you ever
yeah, it's
pass
so
that up,
good.
even if you know it's gonna deal in?
It's
I
so
guess
good.
you can fold to an open reach, maybe.
I
I
mean,
don't
okay. Listen, I'm a subscriber of Human Mahjong Thought, and it's that 8 pin is real bad. So in some way, you're able to tell that 8 pin is lethal, and you avoid the deal in every scenario. My theory of Mahjong is there's some way to get to that end result. That being said, I don't even know if that's humanly possible, and it's 13 sided. So, like, of course, we're 99.9% of players are going to take it, even if they're pretty sure 8 pin deals in.
I mean, if 13-sided is a double Yakuman, as it is on a lot of
Oh, double
games,
Yakuman, of course. You just push it.
then you even let that win go. When you draw Kokushi,
Yeah.
you reach.
There's no double
When you
Yakumans in
draw
this rule set, though, right?
not this rule set, no, no, no.
Yeah.
But
Otherwise, Kokushi's so powerful. It's like so stupid strong. It's insane. Another Anko there. Ishanten. Going to be for Satsuki. Everyone else still building their hands. Kamo a little far back. Ichimiya struggling to get those Tenpai draws. Hanamiya not doing too much either. Oh, and Tenpai found. We're going to snap Reach. Riichi on 6-9 pin, which with 3 7 pins visible for Satsuki, and that really wacky pawn, I'd imagine 6-9 pin looking pretty likely to come out. Maybe Haku Haku here. Nope, we'll do 1 pin. It'll stick.
kind of hedging the pairs.
Yeah. The hand's still so far back, which is why I was thinking you go safe. And 9 pin comes out, safest thing from dealer. Ichimiya ends up dealing in. And it hits Ura, or no, has the Dora 2. So it each Dora 2 for not quite enough Fu. So just going to be 5,200, but big points. Kind of flips Ichimiya and Satsuki in score. Or wait, was that Ippas? No, right? No. Haku was traps.
Those are the 6s. They looked like 9s on the screen.
Was I bugging out? Were they 9s? I thought they were
I don't know.
6s.
I'm waiting for that score to come up so you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were 6s. Yeah.
Whoa, I don't think that
No,
Fu's right.
It wasn't Chitoi.
Well, no, it's whether it got to 50 Fu, because it was Anko of 1
Uh,
so. Were there 2 Ankos in the hands?
Hold on, I've got my.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
There were 2.
There were 2 Ankos. Okay, so the 50 Fu for the
There's
64.
the 1 dot and the 5 character.
Yeah, okay. So it was 50 Fu. So even better for Satsuki. Catches up to Kamo a little bit more. Now we're looking. That looks like a pretty good hand. Ichimiya Must
Yeah, I
feel
think she is the
confident with that in the high
fastest
pie.
hand.
Yeah, from what else I'm seeing, this Haku could help it a little bit, but the problem is we just saw one on the board, so it's a little bit weaker. One mon, we'll try that. See how that goes. Three so looking to fish in E Peiko. Not quite there though. Decision time. Honestly, I kind of like 6-0.
And Tanyo.
Ooh. Yeah, I was gonna say 5-7's also decent because you have the Sanshoku lockdown with D6-8 so winning on the 7. And that is going to be what Ichimiya decides to go with. Playing maximum value with this hand.
I think. Yeah, there we go. That's gonna shift to a Tanyo.
Yep.
I could see it coming. I just wasn't sure which path it was gonna go on.
I mean, yeah, but building it up, being ready when the wall gives you that nice Tanyao drop to be able to incorporate it. And man, it is struggle town for Hanamiya. Really cannot get that hand finished. But speaking of finishing hands, we have a Riichi Tanyao Dora Sanshoku Mangan minimum waiting on just the 7 so. Believe there is 2 in the wall. 3 so. Got a little bit closer to Tenpai, but what do we do? Oh, and 7 mon, Chase Riichi. Is that dealing? Nope.
I think you meant 3 pin. This one?
3 pin.
It was a pin that came in.
Or yes, the pins are here, but here, yes, 3-6 mon. Okay, that was the way it. There was so many things happening, like one after the other.
Yes.
And these players are playing.
That was the one I was talking about with the 3 dot on the side.
Yeah.
That came in. Yeah.
How many weights are left? We have 2 7s, and then I think 2 of the 3-6, 2 6s, 3 3s, or 3 6s, 3 3s. So yeah, 1 3, 1 6, and 2 7s left. If I'm unmistaken, 4v4. We are going to see, I believe, Hanamiya fold out. As well as Kamo. Kamo's pretty out.
And the other 2 are reached, so they cannot fold out.
Yep.
Is it Sanshoku versus Sanshoku?
Is that Sanshoku? Did I miss that?
I think it's.
It'd be open Sanshoku.
Yeah.
Yes, 4, on the 3. The singular last 3 mon. There is 1 left. Ooh, 0 left. Okay, so we're just looking for door indicator 6 mon. Still 2 7s left. It's looking like Satsuki's Riichi is going to be the one to get there. Or not Satsuki, Ichimiya's. Oh, and there's... Is that the last 6? No, I think that was one that was counted. There's one of the last 7. Oh, and the last 6 was drawn. Missed the Sanshoku, but reached Pinfu Tanya Sumo. Misses the Ura, but 1326 plus the stick. Very, very big for Satsuki.
Shoot it up into first place.
Yeah, I was able to pass Kamo.
And bring us into the South round. These players are playing at lightning speed.
Yeah, they're so fast. It's like they're so fast. They're reaching back and forth. They have all these great, interesting decisions. And they're just like, oh, I know this one. Bam. Or, oh, I'll go this way. Yeah, last game, there was a ton of like thinking and very slow in the hand. Very just play passive. Go to draw, not deal in. No one was winning. And now this game, it's just bam, bam, bam. Very quick draw table. And speaking of that, Satsuki looks like another quick hand for this round. Oh, and then Kamo just has, Hatsu Anko and pair of East and like good shape around it. So yeah, this is looking to be another like win by 3 draws into row 2 hand. Yeah, the producers told them, "Hey guys, game 1 around the time. We really need you guys to be nice and quick to match you up with the other tables. we gotta make sure we get this one moving." Oh, the one mom, what a beautiful draw. We'll even go towards a bit of a Honitsu chance with that. Dora pair, and now we're at 5 pairs, taking Ishanten on the Shitoi. Yeah, and Hanamiya has what looks to be the worst hand at the table. Although, that being said, Satsuki has to get Tenpai with that Shitoi to make it worth anything.
Has to get Tenpai with Shitoi. God,
Yeah,
almost
nothing
impossible task.
you ever want to rely on. The one non-guarantee with Chitoi. A lot of times, if you can get to Tenpai, that weight will either be a guaranteed win or nothing burger. But we will have to see 7 Mon coming out. Not going to do it. And the 6 Mon. Not going to commit full yet. But looking very likely Honitsu is going to be the name of the game. 6 Mon, is that going to get pawned? Yep. We are going to drop it. Absolute ton of foo. And the East is going to deal in. That is going to be Honitsu Hatsu getting
That's why
240.
is pretty much always superior to all pairs.
Oh, of course. You can open with Honitsu. I don't draw tiles myself. I don't finish those. Ooh.
All right.
Sure.
Is it a change issue?
Yeah, the
They
weird
decided to
change
change
situation.
the
Which looked at the
payment should
52.
be paid exactly. I think it was it she paid a mangon and it was only 5,200.
Ah, maybe.
It was just Hatsu Hoitsu.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this game's so fast. I wouldn't blame her for thinking it was East round still. It's like 20. It feels like it's only been like 20 minutes. It's been like no time at all. Coming on these players, I mean, that is a decent hand from Ichimiya. Very efficient. Kamo lagging a little behind.
You notice that Kamo's hair clip is also an onion?
Yes, I'm gonna be bold. I'm gonna say it's a leak, not an
Okay.
onion. I think it's a leak. Because green onions normally wouldn't have that much white at the base, but leeks absolutely would.
The long onion it's like there's more types of onions in Japanese, I think.
That is true. There are a lot of different onions. That's the hardest part.
Yeah, it does look like a leak in my search. So what am I thinking of? What are nira called in English?
The green
Nira.
onions?
No, nira.
Spring onions?
See, nira is also called leek or Chinese chives. And
Oh,
nira is what I think of when I think of leek, and those are really thin.
okay. Well, maybe that is what it is, and there's just not an English word. English are like, oh, that's it's just a leek. And there's 2 different types. It's not really a leek, but
Like maybe scallion? Oh,
well, scallion's the green onion.
okay, those
Assuming
are
it's a different type.
the
Yeah,
thin
yeah, yeah,
little
the
green.
real thin ones. Yeah.
Okay, so naganegi in English.
Yeah, the hands are playing so fast and the players are playing so efficient. Until Riichi happens, we won't be able to follow. So we've devolved to onion talk. Solving the
Okay,
mystery
so
of what the word
Naganagi
is.
can be a Japanese leek, so
Okay.
or a green onion.
Okay, so maybe a bigger type of green onion, or like probably that's what a green onion should be, and we call something that's not a green onion. Oh, Ishan 10, there we go. Ichimiya, ready to snap fire. Pair the Dora for Kamo, looking to secure the lead more. Ishan 10 for Hanamiya, looking to hit a reach.
I wish I played this efficiently tomorrow.
I believe you're only defined by your 5 mistakes you make during a play or during games. That's what I've learned after making mistakes during every game, all game.
Not
On
sure if I had, maybe I
top of my
think I had less
horrendous
than
luck.
5 mistakes. I can think of 2 things that I would consider mistakes.
Ooh, Dora hits the table, and that's going to be pawns. Ishan 10 still. But now table's going to be a little bit awake. We are going to find Tenpai. We're going to Dama with no Yaku, very importantly, as dealer finds Tenpai on the 8-mon that just came out. 2 out, in fact. No sort of... What's the word? No sort
Kamo
of trap for
switching
it.
discards from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 shape for a 2 middle floaters, looking for something to stick to them.
Yeah, Kamo just wants to hit Tenpai and hopefully win it. We could throw north here for a 6-8 pin. Could also just play 8-8 pin. Another option we have. Safe to the dealer. We're debating on are the other people Tenpai on the 8, and we're going to throw the Norse. We think that's best course of action. It's Hanamiya's read.
Yeah, north is her wind.
But it is Shompai. No
So
one's
they're
played it
both
yet.
pretty valid.
Makes it a little scary. Now 1 pin. Does not look great on this board. We also have Mangan. I think we're debating right now whether 7 pin, 1 pin, or Forso. Oh, we're folding Kamo in first with much more discipline than I would have. This says, you know what, I think I can fold out from this position. I'm not going to take risks, even with Mangan showing. I am going to back away and maintain my lead.
She has another dealership you can use for either argument, basically. I have another dealership, so I can fold here and I'll have time to win another hand later if I need to. Or I have another dealership, so even if I deal in here, then I have time to go again with
Chase
Hanamiya.
Riichi on a 1-4 pin. 4 pin being Tanyao Indy Peiko right now. Just reach Pinfu. Although 4 pin looks really bad. 4 so looks bad. And well, you could maybe see 1 so. Nothing looks good right now. 2 more, 3 mon, not gonna do it. Ooh, not quite. Ooh, pair of the 4s. Those are not coming out. And we have dealer. And I believe Ichimiya, Satsuki. No, Hanamiya and Satsuki. Both in Tenpai.
2 reach players. Net 500 for this hand for both of them. And we'll have a continuance.
Yep, 2,300 in the middle. Not anything to scoff at. Right now, we kind of have a double head-to-head situation with points, where Hanamiya and Ichimiya will be fighting for third, and Satsuki and Kamo will be fighting for first, assuming nothing crazy happens in the next 2-ish hands. Looking like Satsuki is going to struggle to keep dealership with that high pie, especially when Ichimiya's shape looking in much better condition. Kamo's gonna have a hard time fighting. Same with Hanamiya. I'm thinking Ichimiya might be first to Tenpai for this one. That 6 even finds a little bit of efficiency improvement too.
Mm. Sand is so far away, but I do see that 2-3-4
And
Sanchoku
that's what I
hiding
was
in there.
thinking, yeah. I think that was what the tank was for. Hanamiya wanted to see what the best course of action to try and get that solidified in the hand was. Decided to play a little bit passive, go south for now, see how the rest of the shape of the hand comes together. Ooh, throws the 2 immediately, cutting the 2-1 mon. I would think you would throw the 1 mon first, just because that 2-3-4 is very nice, but wants to play the efficient, or the max efficiency. Double Ryanman to Tenpai.
Max efficiency, and also it's very subtle, but there is a world where discarding the 2-1 makes it easier for other players to discard the 3 than it is if she discards the 1-2.
You think so? I always see with the
Yeah.
2-1 with shapes like that, I worry more about 3-6s because of that exact shape. The 1-2-4-5, or like when you see 8-9, the 5-6-8-9. Especially back to back like that. If it's split up a little bit, more of a chance to miss it, more of an argument against it. But
The thing is, if it's the 1-2 order, then there are a lot of cases where you have 1-2-4 and you discard the 1, and then you draw the 5 and discard the 2. So
yeah.
generally, I think it's a little bit more difficult to discard the 3 against that.
Mm-hmm. 5 coming out. I mean, we're getting some good tiles that are together for Satsuki, but the problem is we still aren't quite. We have a lot of overlap in order to hit Tenpai and the Mansu. The speed's just not really there yet, even in the second row. I am not going to be the savior to this hand. 7 Mon, we can get a little crazy. Not yet. Might be draws here and there that'll convince us that way. Namely, I think 7 Mon for Tenpai would be the one to do it. 2-pin, Ishanten. Hanamiya trying to find that Tenpai still. 5 is going to get Sheed. We do have Tenpai, 3-6 Mon. Hanamiya. Looking for Tanya Dora 2, I believe. Was it double 4s? Or no, just single 4. 5, so we could con here. Not going to do it, though. It was too much.
Okay, I think you said 5 so again, and it was 5 pin.
Maybe. There's so much going on so quick.
I know.
Or yes, yeah, the 5 pin. Well, looking for the 5-8 and then.
Okay.
Or the 5-8 so. Like you fish for either 5-8 pin or 5-8 so for Tenpai.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you also have the 7 Mon and hope that it just magically works out. 1, 2, 3 gonna get called. We're playing for K10. Satsuki not okay with giving up dealership. Well, this is Tenpai 6-0. Not looking fun to play. Not worth a lot. We'll push the 7.
We're actually like just having a discussion about that in Armal about keeping up with suits when the hands are going so fast.
When 3 Mon comes out, that is going to be Hanamiya collecting. Yes, Tanya Dora 2. It's going to be 39-42 with Homba. Was that dealer Satsuki paying out?
That is Kamo, but no, it was Satsuki. You're right.
Yep. It's going to give Kamo
Makes
some
up a
breathing
little
room.
bit.
7K, not a bad cap. Allows natural pass of dealership for Kamo. Hanamiya too gets some breathing room on Ichimiya. He's able to play a bit more passive. Although, oh my goodness, that hand has some shapes to it and Dora pair, but Hanamiya goes, I do not want you to have the time to build something. I'm going to snap call this tune, play a 1-mon, shut your hand down if you are trying to build a hand.
Yeah, she makes it look like that, but actually Hanamiya's hand is really far away still.
Yeah, it's not that close, but I mean, again, if you can apply some pressure to the board, try and get people to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, and it's also the west is her seat wind. So she's looking for the Dora to come and stick to that 8 that she has. And there we go, 2 honor tile, 2 value tile pawns.
Yeah, she's definitely playing it to go to Pinzu Honitsu as well if she wants. Staying nice and flexible to try to get value for this hand. And we're going to
And there it
say,
goes,
we're going full Honitsu. We're going
so
all
you're
in.
good for a minimum manga on hand. And the scores, when you're watching pro matches, generally they always start with 30,000. Except for, I think, this and M League. Mondo and M League, I think, are generally the only. Oh, okay, the Kyokai rules also start with 25,000. But most of the pro orgs start with 30,000. So for me, it looks like the scores are really low. But
it's because of Zany Oka. That huge first place bonus. Ooh, is that pair 4? 5? Pair 4. We'll cut 4M. Kamo's at Nishan 10. Ooh. Tadashi. Now people might start to get a little scared, but Satsuki says, don't care. Reaching on, I believe, Reach Pinfu Dora. Oh,
and
Reach Pinfu Ipats Tanyao is Mangan, right? Yeah, Mangan. Disaster for Ichimiya, but huge for Satsuki. Now Kamo, a little bit less breathing room. Has to win some points if she wants first, and then also pass dealership after. And I don't want to, I don't want to insinuate anything, but I have a hard time believing that this game is going to go to time. They would need to repeat like 5 hands at this point, I would think, with how quick these players are playing, maybe even more. Which, speaking of, not a bad high pie. Maybe able to repeat at least once. Hanamiya's hand looking very slow. Deciding how to try to get some value. Scratch at Satsuki or Kamo, surely. Satsuki's hand, decent shape. Ichimiya's got the North Yaku out of call, but I'd imagine Ichimiya gonna try to get some more points. Try and think about passing at least somebody before the game's over.
Hanamiya's hand looks like it's starting to build in value. I think I see a Sanshoku peeking out there. It'd be a little bit hard to manipulate, but there is a 4-5-6 hidden in there.
Ooh.
I really want Kamo's hand to become Itsu.
And we're going Honitsu.
Yeah, straight for the flesh.
Yep, trying to get this game over with, get it in wraps. We're going to see Ishanten there. Not going to take the 9-mon 1-pin Shabo. With 2 out, very understandable. Kind of a terrible weight, even if we can get there. Probably going to be hell weight by the time it would be winning.
So what she did is she pushed it back to 2 away, even though it was only 1 away.
But
now she's 1 away.
Ishanten with probably a better end weight, though, which is the advantage.
Yeah, definitely.
Which, speaking of, same sort of distance there. Didn't hit our draw there. Almost Tenpai on a Tanyao for Hanamiya. Could finish the game up. Has some decision, though. 7, that's Tenpai, right? No, it was not quite Tenpai.
it goes 6 blocks.
Yeah, so we'll throw north for the Tanyao Ipeko hedge. We Tadashi, we will again.
Yeah, it gives a few more options to call in the sozu, the bamboos.
Help scare the table a little bit too. Anytime you see it, you go,
And interesting, Kamo rejects the middleweight tempai.
Yeah, I mean, needs points. Or I guess not really needs points, but doesn't like just waiting on the 7. It's been an aggressive table, so I think bad weights are a little bit harder to get to. Especially when you have the Itsu that you're one off. Just reaching for the 7 pin feels like a recipe for failure.
I think, yeah.
You could also guess Tempai from Satsuki too on the Sozu. Try not to fold it. I'd imagine you'd play 6 here. Try to get the 2-5. You also have the Ipeko on the 3. If you go for A10, you go for A10, but nope. Gonna stay strong.
Bring the sticky one away. I have like Itsu-ish shapes in the sozu in 2 different hands here.
Got 5. That's got to be a Tempai, right? Yep, Tempai for just the 7 pin, Ipeko. Ishanten for a much bigger hand. There's the 7, not quite floating. I'd imagine West will come out first. We are going to play it. 4 pin, much more likely than 7 pin coming out. This is Tempai, right?
Also, it's an open-ended in the dots now.
Is this just 2-so? Or 8-so?
Or just 8. Yeah, but it is a full straight, it's Itsu.
Yeah. Would have been furry 10, but what are you gonna do? 4-6-8. We could play 4 pin if we trust it here. Think that's technically the most efficient. And yep, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Not drop Sozu. We're a little scared. Surely this is better, right? That's 1-4-7.
Oh, one.
Or no, just 4-7.
No, 1-4-7.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, we are gonna see the pawn drop 7p. Tempai on 8 pin 5-so for Tanyao Toi Toi. Possible Sananko. This 4-6 range has just been backfire after backfire for Hanamiya. That Manzu wanted to be extended so bad.
I told you that 4-5-6.
Oh my goodness. Last 7.
The more expensive side too.
Yeah, it gets the Itsu for Mangan. That's going to be Honitsu, Dora, Itsu. And wow, that's it.
That's it.
Huge
Massive
game for
first place,
Satsuki. Yeah.
Overtook Kamo and just drove it home at the end.
Yeah, I mean, the story of that game was just fast play, and it really feels like Satsuki just hitting hands like over and over and over. Just really dominating, gets the high value, playing that nice aggression, and just being able to finish pretty much every hand.
And that Kokshi.
I mean, but you would have dealt him before, so it's fake. You know, like it looks.
I would have built him before.
Exactly. So it was never fated to be. So like you can't be upset. You know, is what it is.
I can be upset.
Yakumon's fake anyway. Yakumon's fake anyway. That's the one thing I've learned.
Is the only thing that's real, I think.
I disagree. And I know, for one, if nobody else has my back on that, one of our 2 commentators that are going to be swapping us out does. And I know for a fact Corak's got my back, right, Corak?
Oh, absolutely. Yakuman are a myth. They're a legend. I mean, they sound cool in theory, but they're not real. They can't hurt you.
Exactly. Although, kind of against that opinion might be our other commentator, Curly.
I have been known to try to go for the occasional Yakuman on an alt account named the Yakuman.
Oh, how's that going? Have you hit one yet?
No, I have not.
Oh,
I have not
weird.
done that
Huh.
challenge in a little bit,
Weird.
but it's rough. I'm gonna tell you,
Curious.
it's rough.
Curious.
Oh yeah, Yakuman Hunter accounts have been around for what, decades at this point, and it is rough.
Say that I really appreciate that we can make Yakuman plural by switching the A to an E for Yakumen. And you can't
I
do
think
that.
that's
in
actually the
Japanese.
name of one of the groups in Chicago. They call themselves
Yes.
Yakumen.
Yes, I love it. I love these word plays. It's one of my favorite things. I would put it in that song if I were singing that Sound of Music song. Word plays, mahjong word plays.
That'd be the move.
Yeah, nobody knows what I'm talking about.
I was thinking about it and I was like, I don't know how to get from A to B. I'm gonna let you do that.
You know, yeah, we had this thing. That song was playing in the restaurant the other day. You know, these are a few of my favorite things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. I'll leave it to you guys. I'm gonna take a nap. We have study session today. There will be more World Reach study session seminars coming up, so make sure you watch the World Reach Championship Discord for announcements on future seminars. The deadline is already passed for today's, but there will be one next week and 2 in September already scheduled as well. Anyone in the Discord can join for a $20 fee, and they are amazing. Today we have Akutsu, who is a new M-Leaguer for the Sakura Knights. And he is just incredible. He has done one of the study sessions in my Discord before as well. And just one of the best teachers out there. So, all right. Good luck, guys.
All
Thank you
right,
so
hope
much,
can-
Jen. It's crazy that there are just even 10 years as a professional, you're still studying. There's always something to learn.
Well, the game
hey,
doesn't get any
Corak.
easier. That's one of those things that I've been around for a while, and as with most things, I'm sure you've been in competitive games. I think you play like Magic the Gathering. Are things
That's
easier or harder now?
Is it harder? I would say it's a little easier because now that it's different. It's harder for different reasons. Where now you've played for a while, you discovered all the major things, and that's like a fun experience. But now it's just the minute stuff. It's that one small discard that didn't seem like it made much of a difference, but it was actually the entire game, and it's identifying those things. So I definitely agree, it gets harder.
That definitely happens in Mahjong. Of course, the big change in the last 5 years especially has been just the prevalence of AIs. We had Bakashi for a while, of course now well-known Naga, Super Phoenix at one point, and of course then platforms themselves had added them. So everyone's kind of used to it at this point. Those are research you just didn't have, and it's really annoying at times keeping up with some of this stuff. But people keep getting better at every level, and we hope to see the game grow. It looks like it's on a pretty good trajectory. With that, let's go ahead and check out the players here.
All right, let's see. And it looks like we have the same set of teams as we had on the last game, but we're going to have a few swap outs going into this final game. We have Kayano Okawa, who is the front runner for their team. Oh, for front runner. That's the name of the team. Fascinating. And then on the west seat, we have Ryo Kurata. On the south seat, we have Kotori Kajita. Takes me a second to pronounce the name, so once I get it, we'll get it. And on the north seat, we have Riho Chinen. Riho Chinen going to be representing the Healthy Mahjong Hiyokodo.
All right, then. Let's go ahead and jump in.
We got some nice bows going along for all the players. Very respectful.
Yes, and you definitely expect that. That's part of being a pro is the respect of the game, even when the tiles are not going your way. And at this point, you're at the beginning of the game, ready to go. This is a relatively close group. No one's sitting there just way doomed.
Oh yeah, we always love to see when it's competitive. It's not just all right. Every one player is just super down. Although it may not be the case this time. It looks like Mahjong Keio looking pretty down at negative 98 points to
Yeah,
start.
minus 100. It's certainly catchable. There are ways to make this up. We look at these hands. Looks like a Pinfu hand. We meet a Peiko in middle Pinzu. We a Tanyao hand here has a floating Haku Dora. Bunch of pairs here. That Chitoi Ishan 10. It's also the floating Haku. Feels pretty Tanya if he doesn't move that direction, though. See the shift down with the 6. 6 to be kept as a floater. Definitely moving towards the Tanya, but not giving up on the Dora just yet.
Yeah, interesting. Oh, it looks like they're probably going to commit to the 7 pairs, dropping that 5 of bamboo really early.
Well, having already cut the 6 and the 8, the 5 so is just not really useful.
Definitely correct. Wow, these players are going so far. There's already 3 discards, and I barely had time to process what they're going through. It's been a minute since I commentated some mahjong. We're gonna have to get warmed up to it. Oh, a 7 dots pickup. That's
Ooh,
gonna
you can greed for the Suanko route, and that is going to be the play here. You lose Ukere towards Chitoitsu. You're now at 6 tiles potential instead of 9. But if you Anko something else up, all of a sudden you're Suanko Ishanten.
Yeah, it also lets you call tiles a little less embarrassingly because you already have one of the triples in hand if it comes down to that towards the end.
And
So
it's
it
the
gives you a lot more
7.
options.
So you do have the 6, which is hard to call, and the 4, which is hard to call. So it's much more of a draw it yourself route, but there is always that escape hatch. That's one of the things I really dislike about Chitoitsu is when you're stuck with it and you need that last tile and it just doesn't come, there's nothing you do about it.
So I'm much a Chitoi believer. You just have to believe in it. And when it comes around in the most clutch moments.
I've
Okay.
definitely gotten in a lot more trouble going for. Oh, nice little 978 in the discard now, a bit of a backfire. But these hands are slowly progressing. 4 so you have the 2 so discarded earlier. Just getting rid of the 8. Not really any route there. 1 pin is a miss. Thinks about it for a second. This is a better Chitoi tile than probably not. Oh, there's a Haku pair up. This hand
Yeah.
could end up being 7 pairs, but also says double Yakuhai, including the Dora. Problem with the Chun is its Dora indicator shows only one of those left.
Yeah, and because it's gonna be the white dragon is the Dora, it's gonna be really hard to get that unless they draw it themselves. If this white dragon is stuck in their hand, it's probably not gonna come out until the very last second if they're gonna push. Otherwise, it's just gonna stay there and their hand is dead.
Oh, and there we see the 7 pin being cut. Goes back to the wider Chitoitsu Shunten. Says, okay, we gave it a shot, but it's not happening.
That's correct.
So
Shirin,
really
ooh,
nice
yep,
draw.
there it
Now
is.
Ishunten very wide. Goes and cuts the 8. This does lose out on the Itsu routes, but with a 9 so in the pawn, didn't even really want to consider it.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of these players will go a little less efficiently
Oh
just to make sure that they
no!
have the safe tile. Ah, should have known.
Yeah, just one
Should have
turn. Well, I
known.
mean, that's the rule. The instant you give up on it, that's when you draw it. That's one of those
Exactly.
global rules. Well, that is Tempai. Just going to Dama here would be Riichi Nomi with the middle Shampoo. There are so many weight upgrades in that hand. The Dama is fairly standard.
3
Three.
characters would have been nice for a normal shape, but nah, we're all in on the 7 pairs. We've committed to it.
5. So this hand wants to be called, but there's nothing to take.
Yeah, just none of these honors are ever gonna come out. So you just have to hope to grab them yourself. And try to open up before you have the Yaku is just a potential recipe for
Well,
disaster.
this is the time. If you're going to throw a Haku, it's probably now. And the answer is no.
Yep, that's just way too much value to give these
There's
players.
our
Oh, and
Chitoi
there's the Riichi.
Tempai and a Riichi waiting on the south. Riichi Chitoitsu.
Okay, we can just draw our own tiles. We don't need to depend on anyone else. But with this Riichi on board, you do now have 3 guaranteed safe tiles, if that's how you want to approach it with this red dragon.
Yeah, I'd probably go with the 1 pin, the 4 Mon is also acceptable. Instead goes to Suji 3 so is the most efficient cut from that hand. It's hard to get anywhere. And ooh, could see a chase here. Of course, this is a 4-mon Riichi, so there's always a potential 4-6-8, but yeah, just going in and slamming. It gets the improvement here. Riichi Nomi, 5-8-mon.
Yeah, improvement on the way, but not necessarily on the value.
And now we know that Haku's not coming out. So the question is, how do you want to get out of this ad? You definitely don't want to see that second Riichi. The first, like, yeah, okay, whatever. But the second one always feels really bad.
Okay, gonna drop the 6 of bamboo, which was safe against the first Riichi, and it can give them another discard, another free row or free discard in the next turn.
Yes, the 4-mon was probably a little bit of a safer tile overall. But this does clear it for the next turn. And you see the 6 immediately comes out. Oh,
yeah,
there's the
they had their
5.
plan.
That deals in. Riichi Nomi gets the sticks. No aura, but we'll go ahead and take this, shut down the dealer Riichi, and Kurata will be in first place.
I mean, getting those extra sticks is kind of like hitting an Ura. So, still got some good value out of it.
Yeah, perfectly acceptable. When you take that weight, that's not the best case outcome, but that is what you're absolutely pleased with. Kajicha
we'll
will
see.
be dealer here in East 2.
Yeah, see if they can make something going on with this hand. I see a lot of dots
I
within
see a
this
lot of
hand.
Pinzu and a whole bunch of odd Pinzu, so maybe very callable for Toy Toy Honitsu type hand. Does have a 3-5 with a 1-mon Dora. Question is, how much do you go for it? Do we just start by cutting the 5-mon, or do you cut one of the honors?
This one's always really hard for me because you have all of these honors that don't really like. Yeah, it kind of makes you want to go like half flush, but these honors aren't really doing anything. So you're probably gonna have to get rid of it anyway. Oh, that's 3 green dragons right there. Very
Yeah,
nice.
you're not losing much. I probably would have gone with the 5-mon because what we really want is the 2 anyway, so we can get the door acceptance. So even if I backfire on the 6, I'm not that sad about it. But this is why it's done, is in case now you have any Peiko route, and yeah, just goes for it now.
Absolutely. Yeah, you got to get a few discards in before you decide if you go for the full half flush. And
Ooh,
9 of
9. This
dots.
feels very Chanta. You do have that 6-8 pin, which you may end up cutting completely, especially with the floating 1-mon Dora as one of the potential blocks.
That's correct. All right, just going to drop that 1 pin. Nice little efficiency setup right there. Red dragon. Yep. And we're going to hard
Actually,
commit
pretty
to this flush.
terrible, because there are 2 of those out, but it is effectively a safe tile. It will be for the rest of the hand.
That is definitely something I know these pro players doing. They will hold on to those safety honor tiles, the safety blanket tiles, fairly long just to make sure that they have safety.
9-mon! That is a strange discard. I fully expected the 6 pin there. Could even argue with the Dora.
Don't you love it when you're in like most of a suit and you just keep drawing the rest of it? It feels good.
Oh, it feels good, especially when you've gone for it. Well, it gets the upgrade on the 6. This feels like it's going to be a Hatsu Nomi type hand. Maybe Riichi Hatsu. I don't know. I feel there was a lot of points that were left with that discard. Oh, well, I
Oh
mean,
my
speaking of points
goodness.
not being left over, though, to get the 2 pin, keep drawing Pinzu. Forget half flush. We want the full Chinitsu.
That actually might be the route. That 2 pin doesn't quite finish any shapes right there. But I mean, when you're drawing back to back to back to back, like you just got to keep going. I'm just going to draw another one. No. All right. The streak has been broken.
Well, you just had to say something. That's how this works, isn't it?
That's commentator's curse. I had to get one in.
All right. We have an Ishanten here for a Riichi Tanya, maybe Pinfu. There goes the north. Can be held as the safe tile. East doesn't really do anything. Gets thrown back. Oh, there's your Pinzu. That is now Ishanten. I think, yeah, 4-4. Yeah, 4 and 4-7.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a weird one, though. Hope you all are practicing your Chinitsu trainers at home. I certainly have not.
4. Well, that's actually a pretty useless tile. Could you really want the Dora?
Yeah, there's an argument where now you look at it as like, oh, now this becomes 2 shapes and I can accept like both Adoras, but you're probably just going to drop that 1-mon at some point soon.
Speaking of 1-mon drops, bit of a backfire having cut one earlier in the hand, but it's useless now. Another miss on those honors. Not drawing the other suit so much. Oh, there's our big Tempai. Riichi Pinfu Tanya 5-8 so.
It's going to be a
Just
pretty
I say
big
that,
hand.
5 drawn immediately. I mean, this 8's kind of loose, but the hand's so bad I don't expect anything to come from it.
All right, here we
This
go. We're
is
gonna go for
not
this flush.
Tempai, I don't believe.
Doesn't look
No.
to be. No, not quite.
Could call the 9, though, and get there. But we know where the 9s are, and they're stuck here, and they're not coming out anytime soon.
Okay, this Riichi and those calls are gonna demand folds from the other two players, it seems. So now it's
That's one of
just
those where it's kind of a Honitsu hand, and then you see the terminal call. It's okay. It may just be Chinitsu. Let's not mess around here. 7. I don't think that's it. It's the 5-8 weight. Oh, just sumo it yourself. Reach sumo pinfu tanyao. No ura, but will be a nice little pickup here for Kajita, who will jump into the lead.
Yep, and keep their dealership in the process. Oh no, that's
Oh, that's
Kurata that won
Kurata.
it.
My mistake. Yeah, we mixed up the bars. Kurata gets the sumo there. Going to extend the lead, rather.
And then they're gonna continue their dealership or get a whole new one.
Yes,
I was
gets the
kind of
new one
correct.
here in East 3.
Winner got to be a dealer.
Well, and the team needs it here, of course, down at the 98.4 coming to this game. But you see, if the scores ended just here, they'd be in reasonable shape. First, really important. Oh, just start with 4 9s. Not that you're known about conning or anything.
I'm with bated breath. I want to see if they go for it.
I think that's one where it gets taken not immediately, but eventually.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because you don't have it connected to anything else. It's not shaping, and you never know. It's one of those like you have that in your back pocket. You're definitely not going to go for it now, just because like you're not close enough. Maybe we get it with Rinchan,
Well,
but
it
it can
has
also connect to other
I
shapes.
kind of like the con at that position because you have a bunch of mediocre blocks and the extra draw really helps. Plus, you con a 9, that's a ton of foo, which gives you effectively a Han right there. This hand, though, kind of mediocre, maybe sort of 6, 7, 8 Sanshoku. Another 9 goes out. This is a decent hand, Pinfu Tanyao. Nice potential Itsu, but we know the 9s are never coming, so that's not going to help. Hatsu pair up. This may end up being the fastest hand just because it's callable.
Ooh, 135 pin shape.
Double Ryankan, double pair, and the 4-9 just throws it back.
Yeah,
Figures the
those
1
shapes are kind of
likeliest
rough.
being used because the 5 is Dora.
Yeah, those shapes can be kind of rough because they take up so much space for only one block, and you have 2 of them, and you have a con. There's not enough room in your hand.
Interesting cut there on the 7 so a couple hands ago because there was a shift down to a 1-2-3 Sanchiku. We'll see it here in a bit. We see the Itsu hedge. But yeah, this was a 7 was cut from this hand because you can see the 1-2-3 Sanchiku if you draw a 1-mon. And you see the long pause here of a wait, that's not the block I expected to fill. I think I'd go 1 pin, but maybe thinking the 3's pretty good on the wall. Yeah, it goes with the 1. It is the most efficient cut here because you could just pair something up.
Yeah, you're
Pair
trying to
up.
find that last pair.
When the 1 so could be the head if Hatsu's called. Pay pretty loose here. And this is one where the con just might not happen because the hand has not really improved. Just want to give the rest of the table Dora when it's a dealer hand.
It might be one of those you'll call it if you get Tempai to see if you hit Rinchan or the
Oh
after the con.
no, the backfire. Well, I say it's backfire, but there's a 2-3-4 Sanjiku if you can pair up the 5 or the 6. So that is a different route here, getting the 2-3-4 Sanjiku Ishanten.
Yeah, you might end up putting yourself in a Fujiten situation, but honestly, 3-sided Fujiten, I've become a huge fan of.
I'm a pretty big fan of it too. Oh, this is Ishanten for 3-4-5 Sanjiku as well. 7.
Swing
You
and a miss
could
on that
cut the
7-mon.
6-8 and be really relying on the Furry 10, but I think that's the right cut. Ugh, just Kanchans everywhere. They don't get better.
Oh, we're still holding on to this con. We're believing in it.
And that 3 would have been kept, but the 2 was discarded the previous turn. And yeah, there it goes. This is going to be Tanyao, Sanshoku, Doro 2, or Tanyao, Doro 1. That is the difference in value here.
Yeah, that's a crazy call. Or crazy to just like pick that up on just one call. All right, Green Dragon. I believe
really rather went on
Kajita
the 5.
tripled up the Green Dragon, so they have a Yanku setup. Yep, there it is right
Yeah,
there.
it is
Yushan 10.
Ishanten.
No, they looks like they were 2 away. I might be mistaken. These go. These hands go by so fast. I got to read them quick.
They do. That is Tempai. It is an ugly one. It is Riichi +1. I don't mind reaching, and I don't mind throwing it back, but I think Riichi is the normal play here. That will be it. Riichi, Dora 1, waiting on 6-pin. Oh, and that 4 looks terrible with 8-3. Idionken 4-7 feels like the most horrible discard here.
Yeah, nothing
And
really
just
looks
fold says,
good,
I'm not
yeah.
throwing it. Don't care. Meanwhile, we
nothing
see the call here. It was Ishanta, now Tempai, 5-8 so.
White Dragon looks like a safe one. Gonna still try to hang out in there. 3 of bamboo passes. 3 of
We
dots gonna give
can.
them pause.
It is a Dora, potentially deals into a Dora shape, but goes ahead and throws it. Oh, the juke there draws the Dora. Oh, and if the fold hadn't happened, that would have been the 5 deal in for the Mungon. But would not throw the 4-7, and the now is just hard folding. The question is, can dealer get there? But no, it's just going to be the Hatsu picking up the easy win here. Says, give me that stick.
Yeah, it's probably about the best you're gonna get out of that hand, considering the situation. And another con lost into the night.
Because you tell him extend the second place, but still Mongon behind Kurata in first. Tinan currently tied for third and will be dealer here in East 4.
Yeah, you don't often see tie scores, especially once we get this deep into the game. So it's kind of fun to see. All right.
Looks like a Pinfu Tanya hand, maybe an Itsu. This is an East pair, maybe call and go. Not too much value, though. There is the East. We'll see if it is called. Nope, passes the first one at least. This is a Pinfu type hand. A whole bunch of mediocre hands. I don't think any of them is bad. Oh, Dora cut turn 2. That should get the table's attention.
That's interesting. Not going to agree for and try to just go for the most efficient to get this Pinfu in. Interesting route. And yeah, get rid of it before it becomes way too dangerous and it stifles your hand too much.
No, the thing about a Dora is you could always pair them up. I really don't like cutting Dora. And that actually had a 5-6-8 and cut the 8. That is a very interesting decision. If you draw a 5, you use the Kanshan on Dora indicator. Of course, if you pair it up, you have a Dora pair and a run there.
Yeah, might be a playing the table instead of playing the efficiency kind of move, which is definitely something that a lot of these pro players will do.
For sure.
Going to the extreme of dropping Dora, that it is going pretty far for it.
Oh, yes. Well, 5 pair up. This hand already has too many pairs, though, so we'll get rid of one of them with the 2-pin. 1 just going to be thrown back. 5, ugh. I mean, it's a Kanshan with the 7s, but there are too many pairs in this hand as well. 8 creates a Penchon. Is the safety worth it? Says, okay, don't need it. Don't need the safety. I might have gone Tumon there, locked in the 2-3. But you don't necessarily know what your pair is. 8, well, you have a 6-7-7-8. Just going to lock it in. I suppose the idea here is cut the pay and go for the Riichi Pinfu Tanyao. 8-pin pair up. Well, okay. Now you have just bulging shapes in a bunch of places.
You're going to drop the 4-pin first because it's scary down the road.
Yeah, you figure the 9 isn't going to be that bad later, at least as often. So this is technically Ishanten for Riichi +1, but won't take it.
Interesting that you cut that block.
There's the pay. We'll upgrade the 6-0 to create a potential perfect Ishanten, but still not there yet. 9 pair up. Ugh. I just want to throw it back. And
You're gonna take a
here,
moment
thinks about
on
it
that
for a
one.
while. It doesn't like it. Actually, the Karagiri threw the other 9 from the hand.
Naimon, not going to do anything for this hand.
Well, it gives a route to a 7-9 Sanshoku. So
Oh, that's so
read
far
it for
though.
now.
That's
Everything's
a
far.
little bit of a reach, but you're not wrong. And looks like these dragons are going to start coming out as well.
Loose tune. That's a pretty good safe tile here. I don't mind cutting the other 9-pin. But instead goes and throws the tune. Of course, there's only one out, so it's not a guaranteed safe tile. Well, There's your shift up. How greedy do you believe in the Satsuki? And yeah, I think you always cut the 9 there. Another duplicate pair. 3, 3, 5, 5, 6, 6.
Yeah, these are kind
Think
of
about
awkward
it for a
shapes. They're just
while.
not
Throws it
quite
back.
coming together.
Well, the linchpin of any of those hands is the 7 so, and they're just locked up. Of course, one's the door indicator, and the other 3 are in hands.
Yeah, it's kind of a far reach to try to hit those, especially with that pair up on the 7 so as you mentioned right there. And the last one in that
Okay, that is
sequence.
perfect. Ishunten should be the 9 pin. 4 so pair up. Ugh. I kind of like just throwing it back. Instead, we'll cut the 5.
Yeah, gonna drop the
The
5
5 came
first.
out more recently, so it's understandable.
Yeah, these players are just like this hand has just been not been going well with all these players. They've been kind of close, but just not quite getting there.
5, okay,
Okay,
now
there we go.
perfect
Something.
Ishunten here as well. I think the 7 is no. I'm sorry, the 8 may be the normal cut. And he just goes to the 6, locks in the 4-7 shape. Wants the maximum Tanya acceptance. 6. Well, you can shift down and go Tanya. It seems like an easy play.
Yep, there you go. 9 mon, not gonna do anything. 3 pin, also not gonna do anything. A lot of sumo giri. As in drawing the tile and then immediately get rid of it.
Yeah, some of the times the draws just don't help, and that 7 doesn't feel great to draw, but you pretty much have to throw it anyway.
Yeah, everyone has been stalling out.
9. Well, that came out recently, so you're not that worried about it. And another one.
Yeah, the last 2 rotations have been nothing but drawing and discarding.
It's one where everyone knows the table is pretty much guaranteed at least Ishanta, and the question is who's Dama.
Yeah, that
Sometimes the
is the
answer is
danger.
no one. This by far the worst hand of the bunch.
I imagine the players who have a Dora in hand are not that afraid of Dama because they saw that the Dora was discarded recently. And so how much value could there truly be if there was a Dama?
Well, I always don't like to find out these things. Should just be the 5. Oh, cuts the 9. Very scared of the 5 discard then. 9 definitely the most efficient cut.
South not going to do anything. Moving along. East. You haven't
It is.
seen any
You've
East
seen
out.
one. Very
That's
first
curious.
discard here. You are a little concerned about it, but instead it does clear out. Could go with the 7 here as the widest Ishunten. Instead just throws it back. Not going to fight this. Instead says, hey, I'll take my Todd Yao. May end up getting 3,000 points from this. And this call would be for Ishunten. It's not Tempai. Of course, these just came out, so you just throw those pretty safely.
Yeah. Kind of an interesting play that they didn't call the East to try to go for a quicker hand, but instead using those East as safe tiles and calling the other ones. Definitely a
Just
more
didn't want
safe
to deal
heads
in
up
it.
play.
Yeah, this table is definitely scared of the Dama. They don't know who's Dama, but everyone here is very leery of it. Mainly because you've seen so many 5s, 6s, and 9s, you're kind of wondering where the Dora are. Because 1 was discarded earlier, but there are still 3 of them left.
Yeah, you don't want to be the one to get got.
Well, that's not
which
it.
tile?
This is the Hote discard, I believe, so you don't want to deal in. And doesn't, and we're just going to have 1 player Tempai. No one else got there. Picks up 3,000 and a repeat for Chinen. Big pickup will launch all the way into second place.
What's great was that I think that payment was actually more valuable than their hand.
Oh, for sure. It was Tanya only, I think, at that point.
But
Was
did they
looking
not
for
have
the big.
Dora? I don't think they did. Yeah.
No, I don't think it did. Yeah, it had lots of routes, but didn't get there. So okay, fine, I'll take my Tempai, and then surprise, you get 3,000.
And surprise, we have East pair. It is both the wind and your sea. You love to see it.
Double Yaku High also can accept a Dora 9 pin in his hand. Very strong starting hand.
We got 9
Plus
pin
four.
Dora in their hand
Oh,
as well.
there's
Oh,
the
there's that
East. Yeah, this looks like a 1-2-3 Sancho because they're probably the normal route. We'll cut the Haku first, but I imagine the East will soon follow. This is a bunch of pairs, a much harder hand to maneuver with. We're going to see the North called.
Ooh, this could be a half flush route from the North player.
Probably. Hard to get too much else with the hand. So you can cut the 9 and give up on the Itsu. Instead, cuts the 2. That is inefficient, but gives a lot more options down the line.
1P, that's not a bamboo. We're throwing it back.
Yeah, not really too concerned about this. A floating 8. Holding that East for now. Nice Sozu draw, possibly Peiko upgrade.
Yeah, there's a couple of ways you could go about this. Gonna drop the 1-3 pin shape. Try to keep all of those bamboo tiles together.
Yeah, keeps
Try to
the
get a better shape.
Ryonkon 246 and the Peiko.
Yeah, the general words of wisdom is hold on to the tiles that you have the most of.
Well, there's our East call. Does have a 3-3-4-4. So would love to see this 3 come out. There it goes. I imagine it gets called. No, it doesn't. Interesting. I'd have snapped that in an instant and cut the 4-6.
Yeah, definitely an interesting no call there.
5. Well, you've already cut the 1-3. Is this the classic 1-3, 5-7? Nope, gives up on the Peiko. May also be reading the Honitsu and says, maybe I don't want to be sitting only needing So tiles.
Yeah, that could be a reasonable route. Yeah, and it's also potentially tricky. Oh, big 2 of the 3 dots have been played. Yeah, huh. Interesting.
Another pair here. Could move this down towards a Tanya, cutting the 9 So, but it makes the 7 So's very loose in that case. And so this is one where, how much do you believe in Tanya? This is actually a fairly hard decision. I could see 2 So, I could see 4 So, I could see 7 So, I could see 9 So. I think any of them are acceptable here.
Ends up
Goes
going
for
2
two.
so.
Haku pair up.
Ooh, nice. Very nice. We love to see it.
Second Yakuhai callable. And
Alright.
there we see the 3, moves it to Ram and Ishunten. Last pay, of course, can't be used by anyone. And of course, you cut the 1-3, you're going to draw the 2. Didn't draw it immediately, though, so not completely cursed.
Yeah, but still, every time.
Oh, yeah, every time. Holds the 8 as a relative safe tile for now.
Now I'm going to cut that
2,
1-2
that
pin
feels like
shape.
it cut out. Yeah, it doesn't. Drew the door, I said, I'm done with this hand. So this should be the 9 So, I would guess. Just because you're E-shunted for Tanya? No, cuts the 5-7. Doesn't want to throw the So tiles into this hand.
Yeah, and it'll also give them a wider weight on their final hand. They're going to lose out on Tanya, but that's a small bit of value that they're willing to take. And just draw the door yourself.
Would be nice. Oh, well, that's a draw. That is not the ideal draw.
Well,
Yeah, just
you've
cut
already
the
committed to the
7.
7-dot pit.
Yeah, you've made
drop,
your
so
decision
go
at
for
this
that,
point.
and then next draw, we'll have to make the hard decisions.
There goes the 3. Doesn't try to slide down, even though 6 cleared the previous turn.
Yeah, Janet is actually not caring about this flush hand at all.
At all.
Well, I guess
okay, that's a really good draw. You just cut the 7 now, and your Ishunten's a lot more flexible. Could also cut the 9 So right now, but I would cut 7 on.
Yeah. I guess Shijita has to be a lot more wary about cutting the So tiles because they are the ones that are going to feed in the
Now
sequences.
you see the first overflow tile, but it's still just an honor, so you don't think that much of it. Still, with the calls, it could be Tempai. That's one where I feel it's Tempai some of the time, but not often. This hand has 2 Dora now, Ishunten. 2. Well, that is Tempai. It's a hideous one, but turns it into a workable hand with a Riichi Pinfu. 5-8 so. This is cheatable, could go towards the Itsu route, calling the 8-9 and cutting probably the 9 so. We'll cut Dora
Yeah.
Tempai, of course. That is Tempai waiting on 6-9 pin for double East and potential Dora.
That's always the hard part when you're going for a flush. That's not the Dora suit, because then you're going to draw these Dora, and you're not going to want to get rid of them.
Well, this is one where you really want to throw the 5, but you know you just can't. Has to throw the Hatsu. So what, do I really have to do this? The answer is yes, you do. 1 Mon, not a great tile, but it's that or Dora. Because I don't think you can really fold. I mean, you can fold out with maybe 2-1 or Haku Haku. Nope, says I'm not going to bother with it. Dora's never coming out. Of course, we know the Dora would deal into dealer. There is our
Yeah.
Riichi.
Ooh,
Is
there it is.
Dora 2 or 3. 5 so 9 pin.
Let's see. We have 2 of those tiles right in their hand.
And now they're 2-6 out, but 6 does not feel great. You still have to shove it, though. West is a blank.
Yeah,
One
looks like
so
we're
going to be
gonna get a full fold
relatively
out.
safe. Already cleared the 6. Seems fine. 17 just cleared. I think it has to be 1 so, doesn't it? Thinks about it for a while here. How many 2s are out? Only 3 2s. But yeah, it gets there.
I mean, nothing else looks like that much
Yeah,
better.
that was
At least
my
you
thought.
get 2.
Is there anything that's actually safe? No. Is there anything that's kind of safe? Yeah, they go with that one.
Yeah, go with the kind of safe and the one that lets you get
Get you
another
2
free round.
turns out of it. 3 so. Feels horrible against these hands. But again, you're dealer with 2, possibly 3 Hans, so I think you have to just throw it.
Yeah, in the face of danger, you just gotta slam what you got.
There's the sumo on the Dora. Double East, Dora 1, 2,000 all, and the sticks. Sheena going to jump all the way to first off of that, I believe.
I believe so, and they're gonna get to go again as dealer.
Big
for the
sumo.
scores
That's
to
why you
update.
push
There it is.
those. It's why you push those tiles. They didn't feel good, but your dealer, good weight tempai, pretty good value, and rewarded.
See that, everyone? Just push the tiles. You'll get rewarded.
Well, we say that as someone who could have pushed the tiles as well at that hand, folded out correctly, and avoided a catastrophic deal in. But we look at the hands.
No, I wouldn't leave these chatters astray.
79 Sanshugu looking like the best right here. Kind of ugly shapes everywhere, though. I feel that's the type of hand you just have to call. I want to go Sanshugu and then maybe Dora Tonki. Has a few pairs here. Pinfu hand. This is probably the best hand of the bunch. I wish I could tell what that tile was, though. I know it's Manzu of some sort. 9.
There's
Okay,
the 9.
so this is a Kanchan. We'll just go ahead and hold it now.
Ooh, is this going to be one of those games where every player has like a Dora that they can't use, but they're just going to be stuck in their hand the entire time?
I feel that it's one of those hands where if someone gets a good hand, it comes out and then all of them follow. I think we've all been in that situation before. Really scared about this Dora 1 comes out, and then it's followed by 3 different ones immediately.
Yeah, all 3 players have a North in there. So who's going to be the brave soul to check Dora?
Not yet. We see the 1 so come out. 2 so not really useful here. Going to get thrown back, especially having got the 1 the previous turn. 6 completes the 7-7-8 shape, but might just hold everything anyway. Cuts
drops
the
the
8
8.
so. 6 pair up. So this is now Ishan 10 for potential Riichi, Tanya, maybe Pinfu.
No one wants to be the one to drop this
Another
Dora.
pair. There's an argument to just go for Chitoitsu because you don't ever want to throw the Dora.
And yeah, that's a fantastic way to get actual value out of this Dora, or actually like try to get a complete hand.
Another 7. Not going to do anything here. 8 upgrades this to Ryanka. I'll go ahead and cut one of the honors. Another pair up. Well,
And
now you just have to go for it.
that seems to be
It's
the
only
route.
4 pairs. Maybe you get any Peiko elsewhere, but it just feels cheat toy.
Yeah, just sit back and chill. Probably not. It's a little dangerous to slam Riichi on it because it's, especially if you're gonna have to wait on that single Dora. So gives you a lot of options to still win the hand, but still play it safely.
2, so you have the 2, 4, 6, 8. Almost wants to just be Tanyao, but again, we'll have to cut that Dora. Another pair up, so that's 5. Now Ishun 10.
Taking
Which
a moment to
one is going to
decide
be cut? Yeah,
which
I imagine
tile.
it has to be the 8. Considering holding the 8 just because a couple 7s have come out, I think that was the pause. Is maybe the 8's pretty good in the wall.
Yeah, that's something you really have to consider going with
Like
7 pairs.
that!
Oh, damn, should have known.
That's
Yeah.
pretty brutal. And that was the decision was, do I have to? This is what always happens to me when I go Chitoitsu. This is why I do not like that Yaku. Oh,
Yeah,
and
you
there's
zig when
another
you're supposed
8
to
as they
zag.
all come out, as if to just taunt you.
Well, at least now you know all the other tiles are live.
There's the Haku, and that's the other. That was the option that was kept. Wouldn't have drawn that anyway. Shifts it down with a 9. Now guarantees Tanyao. Chun is
Yeah.
2 cuts, so not really good. Same time,
Ooh.
Haku's 2 cuts, so it's not great either. Upgrades the shape. Nice little 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5 in Manzu.
Yeah, but again, all these hands and shapes don't matter if you're not willing to drop the Dora. And at what point are you going to?
Well, that's Tempai. So you should just be the 2-mon Riichi here. Could Dama, but I would definitely Riichi. It's Pinfu, Tanyao, of course, Riichi, possibly Peiko. I think the
They
question here is, do I
are.
Dama? No, takes the 5, trying to get a little tricky here, saying you'd never
Ooh.
wait on the 3-6 doing that, and I mean, I would.
There you go. All right, 9-mon gonna come out. Gonna still play. That's what I love about Chitoy is that you can still dance
Oh,
around it safely.
Sumo's it
Eat
anyway. Wouldn't have mattered.
Patsu.
Riichi Pot Sumo, Pinfu, Tanyao. No Ura, but that's a Mungon.
Damn, they just guessed right.
Just Sumo, easy game.
Yeah, just sumo. If you just draw your winning tile, then you'll win the game. It's that easy.
Well, it's important that it was the 6 mod, because if it was the 3 mod, then you'd be very sad you didn't get the Hane mod.
Yeah. So I don't know how much of that like shoulda, coulda, woulda will tilt these players, but it is definitely a tilter that you have to make sure you're keeping track of.
But now Chinen way out in front here. 45,000, 20,000 clear of second place Gurata. But we're not out of these 4 yet.
Oh yeah. Chiburen keeping the table hostage, gonna keep on this dealer seat, try to get as many points for their team as they can.
Yes,
And yeah, if the
because
game were to end
although
right now, it puts them in a nice second place.
yeah, very close to first even. What, 5 points back overall? The yellow score is the if the game ended here.
Yeah, just see like how much progress has been made between the start and the total. It's always fun to see.
It's also important that Okawa right now would be 4th place, so that really closed the gap. But we look at these hands. Pinfu, maybe Peiko. Similarly, kind of Pinfu, a whole bunch of honors to get rid of, though. Maybe Honitsu even. This is a slow Pinfu, maybe an Itsu. The door is 1 mon, so you see one of those here. The Onko of the 6s, maybe a 3-pin would really help. We see the shift up with the 4. Another 3, I guess that's your pair. The classic 1, 2, 3, 3, 3 shape.
I'll just see it, especially in Sanso.
Pulls
All
in
right,
a
2-pin
3
coming out.
mon, potential another Dora Ipeco acceptance.
And players are really getting all the tiles that they need to progress their hand. This one might be, we might see some fireworks going along here.
8 so is going to be a blank. Doesn't really do anything when you have the 5. That 5's interesting. Not a bunch of Ipeko believers at this table is what I'm picking up.
Yeah, it's especially hard in the middle tiles.
Well, you generally figure you have to draw them yourself anyway, so I prefer going in the middle. It's just such a wide shape that's workable with a 4, 5, 5, 6. Like that! And now we're
Yep.
just kind of sad. The reasoning behind this was the 8 mod had come out earlier, but at the same time, I don't value safety quite as highly as these pros here. But hey, that's why they're here. They're there, and I'm here.
Some of that might be just the field that we play against. The average player that we play in America is definitely not at that pro level, so we have not been burned hard enough yet to get that value going.
Can definitely be an issue. And we're seeing, oh, there's a Dora draw. This is it doesn't do anything immediately, but there's so much value here. And at the same time, the hand's so bad. Maybe, yeah, I don't mind the 7. Holding the safe tile, holding the Dora. It's a situation where the hand really isn't worth winning yet. But you figure there are routes to it happening, and they're all going to involve that Dora somehow.
Well, that's not going to be helpful.
Yeah, 9 floater, especially with all those Monzu tiles to discard. Looking at the
Ooh,
pawn,
3-pin.
figuring maybe there was Itsu, but nope. Haku's a blank. Literally, I suppose.
True facts. Also, gonna keep holding on to it for that last little safe tile to get
That
themselves.
is Ishan 10. The 7 is the normal cut here, but throws it back. And
All right,
there
Dora finally coming out.
might see it followed immediately. Yeah, I said, okay, goodbye, Dora. I wanted to get rid of that ages ago.
Hey, thanks for checking that for me.
Ishan
Appreciate
10.
it. Ooh,
Should just be the 7 so.
nice little straight potential.
I see here also that
So,
one on the left, the 1, 2, 3, 3, not nearly as good when you're seeing all those 1 mod pour out. Oh, just hit the
ooh,
Itsu. This is Itsu Pinfu Dora. It is Dama Mangan, but will Riichi anyway.
yeah. 1600. You gotta try to. You want to try to at least fight for first place.
Yes,
So getting this
especially with the
Riichi.
structure of this league. First has so much value. This is
Riichi's gonna give them
Ishan 10
pause.
will throw the
4-pin,
4
kind of a
pin
push,
into
and
the
that's gonna deal
Ipatsu.
in.
Riichi Ipatsu Pinfu Itsu Dora Hanemon.
And with a bunch of extra bonus points with it.
Yeah, see
900 extra because of the repeats.
Right, the 13,000 plus the Riichi stick. And that is a swing. Now a bit of a dogfight, 3rd and 4th. Kajita clearly into 2nd place here. And she is like, hey, you can hit Hanemon and not Sumo on a dealer turn? I'm fine with that.
Oh, yeah. Not looking great for Kurata's team for the Mahjong KO. They're down. They're already down super bad going into this, and now it's even worse.
This is the kind of situation where you're kind of in danger. That coming in, I said 100 is you can definitely come back from. You can still come back from this, but remember, every time you take a hit like this, that's also one less game to come back.
Yeah, you're giving yourself and your team very little to no leeway. And this is always an interesting part of the team tournaments is how much do you like put yourself out there to try to make up these points, or is it just gonna make it that much worse?
When you're in a hole, I believe the advice is first stop digging. So
But
there
then
are
you might
times when you get towards the end of the series, just a few games left, where you just have to go for those Hail Mary Yakuban. You can generally be a little greedier, but I'm definitely an advocate of just play your game and see what happens until you don't really have a choice.
But if you don't stop digging, how else are you gonna get the diamond at the bottom?
Something gambler's fallacy. Anyway, we have a perfect Ishunt in here for Riichi Pinfu possible Dora. 4 fills the Kanchan there. Doesn't use the Dora, but can still accept a Dora. 3 fills in the Kanchan very nicely. 1, 2,
Yeah, not
3,
gonna get rid of the
4.
1 quite yet.
3 so isn't going to do anything, but it is callable. That is not Sanshoku, but it is the Yakuhai.
Yeah, Okawa just trying to get some more value out of this dealership. Gonna go super quick. Tumon, not gonna help.
That's it.
Oh, but it's gonna deal in.
Just gets the Hatsu. Nothing fancy here.
Got a little bit of an extra bit of points because of the foo, and we're gonna continue the dealership.
No, it was being dealer always worth more than not being dealer. So picks up 1,500. Expands the lead in third a little bit. You'd like to have more value, but when you're dealer, the number one rule is just win the hand.
I misread the points. I thought it was a 1,300, but you are correct.
All right. Well, let's go to Pinfu hand possible. Itsu and Pinzu starts with the 1-1 cut. Very workable hand. East Onko, but that's the South player in South round now, so not that useful.
That's one of my tilters when it transitions to South, and then I get the East para triple.
Oh, yes, it does seem to happen a lot. Well, there is the South. It is, of course, Yakai for everyone, and followed immediately by another.
I mean, even if it's not valuable, it's still like a completed shape with a lot of foo.
Yeah,
so
it's
it's not the
completed
worst.
block, so you can work with it. Abandons the Itsu route, figures it's just not happening. 3, 5, 7, 9, 9. Definitely not one of my favorite shapes.
No, so hard to work with. Okay, 5 characters, definitely good.
Slides. Ooh, this is building towards a Pinzu Itsu. Needs the 6 and 8. This is Ishan 10. Kind of an ugly one. And not even going to take it.
Yeah, just gonna try to hold out for a way better shape.
The Peiko upgrade, also possible Chitoi with that 6, 6, 7, 8, 8. 9 Mon's a miss. 4 fits in perfectly. Would have been Tempai. Now just a
Yeah, I mean, it's not a tempo you
Ishan
wanted
10.
anyway.
Exactly. And that's why it was cut in the first place. Is really wants that 6 Sodora. 3. Ugh. 2, 3, 3, 5, 6, 6. It's workable, but it's just not the overlap you want.
Yeah, drops the 1 pin because you know, easy choice.
3. Okay, this
Ooh.
is Ishan 10. We'll cut the west, going for the Peiko route. 2 pin is not it. Question is, you slim down the 6 or just throw it back, and does throw it back. The 6 is Dora, so going to greet it as much as possible. This is also Tempai. It's on a 2, which actually doesn't look that bad with these pawns. We'll just Dama from looks of it. Oh, well, that's it's Tempai, Riichi, Pinfu, Ipeiko, possible Dora, 6-9 so. Type of hand Kuratsa has needed now.
Yeah, and looks like this is gonna demand a fold from Chiren. Like big first place, you want to hold on to it. You don't want to take any risks, especially against the last place Riichi.
Yep, don't mess around.
So I wonder if they get a better shape if they'll try to challenge the Riichi.
Oh, just Sumo.
Sumo.
This is extra foo because you have the Anko, the Kanchan, and the Sumo.
Yeah, Kajita gonna stop that dealer, stop that Riichi, and move on to their dealership.
400, 700 plus 1 hole, but and the stick goes to 32,100 and will now be playing for a chance to overtake Shinen as dealer in South 2.
Oh yeah, and as dealer, all you need is a Mongon to overtake this first place here. So definitely with that small win, puts themselves in a better position for their dealership round. Very good.
I look at the hand. I see a whole bunch of 2-pin.
Oh, baby, it's a triple.
Well, the Monzu are a little less than desired, but it's still a significantly above average hand. Feels very Tanya, though.
If I see this hand, I'm fine with this hand.
I'm fine with it. There's no value to speak of, but as dealer, I'm definitely fine with it. Pidfu hand, few pairs. Ooh, now this is the hand I want. But you want to go Honitsu, but again, the East is not Yakuhai anymore.
Yeah, and it looks like your other shapes, the shapes in your other suit were looking pretty good too. I'll have to see when it comes back around. Okay,
West
West.
pair up.
West is not their seat.
Yeah, the East is door indicator, so it's not really that useful a tile. Oh, well, and the problem here
Ooh.
is now that East is a dead pair. As mentioned, the East is the door indicator. That's all 4 of them. So it's going to be very hard to accomplish now.
Yeah, I mean, it can
Ooh,
still
well,
function
okay, that's
as
just
a pair,
Ishan
but that's
10.
all it can ever be.
Should be 1 pin or 6 pin. There goes the 1.
And there we go. Really quick Ishan 10. 1 tile away.
8 connects with the 7/7. 79 Sanshku looking viable.
Gonna
Should
cut the
lose, but discarded at the first discard. That feeling of regret. Tuso upgrades to a perfect Ishan 10.
Also, not gonna do anything, but gonna continue cutting that 1-2 mon shape.
8 pin can shift this up. Might even go Chanta with this.
Yeah, that's a Chanta. Yeah, cutting that 5 pin. That's the commit.
9 pair. Another pair. It feels Chitoitsu at this point. Oh, that's never feels good. You cut the 7, draw the 6, draw the 8.
Yeah, players are really close. Ooh, okay.
Well,
7
so much for
pin.
Chitoitsu. Just going to
Fantastic.
play regularly.
Forso, not gonna do anything.
3 pin.
3 pin. You had the
Oh.
1-2. Oh well. Oh well, oh well. Just kind of
The
go
only
next on
option was to
those.
keep the 4. Oh, this is Ishunten for Sanshoku here. Potential with a
Yes.
9-so draw.
Sanshoku with Pinfu as well.
Ew. I think you just go Honitsu. If there's a Chanta, you just take it, but it feels much more Honitsu now. Especially when you get a 3-mon, but we know the 3-mon's dead. That is Tenpai. That is not
Ooh.
the Tenpai you wanted. This is one where I believe this is Okawa needs points. No, this is Kurata who needs points.
Yeah, this is Kurata, who also definitely needs points.
I would cut West-West. Yeah, I like this a lot. Because even if you get the 3-side and you don't hit the 9-so, it's such a good weight, you have an increased chance of Ipatsu.
Yeah, definitely a good call there.
6-so's a miss. 8 pins a miss. 1 month's also a miss. I think we're noticing a pattern here.
Yeah, all these players are just stalling out, waiting for that last tile that they need. That's not quite the tile that they need. It looked like it for a second.
No, a 2, a 1, or a 4.
Okay, now
Where's
we're
our
gonna go for
Riichi?
it.
This is 3-sided with the expensive end being the 9-so. Riichi, possible Pinfu, possible Sanshoku. That's also Tenpai.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Do we chase?
We do
And yeah,
chase.
we're gonna fight.
Throws the 3. This guarantees the Tanyao. Of course, with the Anko, you definitely take the Tanyao shape. 6. This
Ooh.
is Ishan 10. Would have to throw the door at some point, though. This is one where you might even just go pay because you don't want to throw it.
Yeah, considering that you don't see any of them out there, it's so scary to drop this Dora. Although, if
that is the
people
play.
had the Dora in hand as the South with a Riichi, the value was already there. That's interesting.
There's the 6. Deals in Riichi Pinfu. So not the cheapest end, but the middle one. Gets a Pinfu, but does not get the Sanshoku. Kurata will take it and be tied again for 3rd place.
Again, another tie.
Riichi as well.
All right, Kurata, this is your moment. You have to be the hero. You have to make up all of these points that your team has lost over these games. I have to admit, I am not as dialed in.
Great starting hand. I like this hand.
Yeah, it's a great starting hand. I'm not as dialed into the league as I probably should be. How far along are we on like the games? How many more games do they have to play?
We'll have all that in the wrap up at the end of this game. So they're pretty early on in the season. I think this is session 3 or so.
Okay. Still plenty of game to be still plenty of game to be played, but you don't want to be in this spot.
All right, we look at Pinfu hand. Ugh, kind of a messy Pinfu hand.
Yeah, that hand just looks like a mess there. This hand looking a little better.
Possible Itsu and the Monzu. 6 has a good floating tile. His hand had a bunch of floaters, the 3-6-6-7 and then the 5-6-6, 5-5-6. 3-pin. Ugh. These hands are just frustrating to look at because you can tell with a couple draws they're workable, but right now they're all kind of bad except this one.
Oh, but when they draw those tiles, it's just going to be magical.
Well,
That's the great
now
thing
you have any
about bad hands.
okay, that's one of those
Ooh.
upgrades because now you have any Peiko if you could draw the 5 or the 8 in Monzu.
Yeah,
That
hand's
is
looking
one
very
of the
fantastic.
progressions. 2 selections the 3-3. Haku, not really going to do anything here. Might hold his safe tile, maybe cut 6, but I'd throw the Haku back. Also,
Really
you
taking
can
their time
hedge,
with that one.
yeah, wants to cut the 6 because you can hedge the Honitsu, but I just think it's too far away. Another pay comes out, not useful. Another 9 comes out, not useful. Fremont. Okay, well, that extends the shape in Monzu. Now the 6 probably does come out. Could go 8-9, and we'll end up cutting the Penchon. Oh, and reveals a 5 from the wall. Everyone saw it, though. This is Tempai. Ew.
Yeah, it's not the one you want.
Ew. So I feel is either just go ahead and reach it anyway, or maybe cut 6 mon. Cuts the 7s. A similar idea.
Yeah, just try to go for a better weight.
5-pin Onko. Still a distance to that 1-3 but a bit away. There's the Chun call. And okay, that's the plan. Just re-up your Amanish on 10. Get me a Han, get me out of this hand type play.
Ooh, okay.
South pair up. This is Chinan, I believe, so that is double south.
For bamboo, definitely a strong pickup to complete progress their hand.
6 comes out as get rid of the dangerous tile, keep the safe tile. Ooh, that's a really interesting draw.
Ooh.
I want to cut the 7 mon because I want to hedge the Itsu.
Hedging it, not going to do it. Instead, going to try to lock in this Tanyao shape.
Yeah, there are some potential for a 10 in there, which is probably why that wasn't taken.
A pin, not going to help. Still one tile away.
3, well,
Ooh. Yeah, that 3 is usable.
it's Dora, so you don't care. You'll take Dora
Yeah.
for sure.
Definitely.
But it's still just, it needs that south. It's not going anywhere until the south comes. 6. Well, that's just 3-sided reach. You slam that every time, don't you?
Yep, and that's the plan.
This is Furitan, I believe, because of the 7, but it seemed fine to me.
Yep, once again, 3-sided Riichi, definitely still good. Just draw the tile yourself. I do love doing Riichi Furitan because in the back of my mind, I was like, ha ha ha, they're working so hard. They don't
Oh,
know that
yeah.
they're all safe.
Well, no, that's the thing. It is a bit tilting when they flip it over, and hey, it was Furitan. It's like, wait a second, you mean I made all that work for nothing?
You made me lose like months of my life sweating that. You're evil.
9 so, not going to be it. Still Ishan 10. Actually, no, broke away from it. So there goes the east. Yeah, just kind of folding away here. I feel there's one where everyone just gives up unless another door is drawn here.
Yeah, because like just looking at their point situations, everyone's still like, with the exception of Karata's team, everyone's within reasonable point distance. So you could just fold out, just make sure you're not dealing in, and you're doing great for your team. Oh, but here we go. We got the sumo from Kurata.
Looks like an 8-mon reach sumo Pinfu Tanyao.
That's gonna be dealer Mangan. That's gonna really help stem the bleeding.
Yeah, 1 Dora is enough there. So into second place, and now Okawa is in deep trouble. And you can see these scores. Kurata needs a little bit more here, but look at how close the series would be if the game ended at this point. Those yellow scores.
Oh, yeah,
29, 21.5, and 12.1.
Definitely a very competitive set of scores if it were to end
Kurata
right here.
is not done yet. This is a great starting end to make a comeback. Riichi Pinfu Tanya, maybe a 5, 6, 7 Sanshoku in there. Beautiful shapes all over. This is a Hatsu pair, the type of hand to shut this down.
Yeah,
Just
this is
a
one of
nice
those you
little
just want to go
Pinfu hand.
quick.
That's actually Ishanten, I believe. And oh, these are all kind of shutdown hands. The question is, how Chanta do you play this hand?
Ooh.
As to Dora, I figure you just go for the Chanta, and if you get the Chun in the meantime, great.
Yeah, these are some spicy hands that the players have.
These
This
are
one. It's definitely going to be an
all
exciting one.
significantly above average starting hands. You give
It's
me
always
any
great
of
to see
these,
when
I'm
these
fine
players
with
just
it.
have absolute cannons.
6. Ooh, super
progress.
wide
It's so
Ishanten.
fast.
Look at that. 3 so pair up. I mean, you just cut from the 258. Six pin. He allows some shifting, but yeah, okay. Just gonna get the 2-4. Not believing in the 2-3-4 Sanjuku just because there weren't enough blocks for it. There we see the call. Hatsu just trying to shut this down. Ishanten.
All right, here's the decider. Okay.
Yeah,
All
the
right, so
9
kind of
doesn't
hold on
really
to the
do
better
much.
shape.
Okay, this is technically Tempai, but no. This is a 3-5 Shampon.
Yeah, not what you want to go for. I wonder, I mean,
Well, that is Tempai. We'll just go ahead and Dama, waiting on the 5 pin. No Yaku.
yeah, you don't need value here. You're just trying to shut down the dealership. Try to be sneaky about it.
Ooh, 5, 6, 7 Sanshigu and shifts it down, sees it there. There are so many ways this hand can get huge.
Yeah, definitely going
There's
to
our
max
upgrade
greed
for
it.
the Ipeco. Riichi, Pinfu, possibly Ipeco. 5 pin, 8 pin.
Ooh, north pair up. That's going to make that hand kind of interesting.
Two, isn't it? Still waiting on that 5-8. This hand all of a sudden just looks a lot worse. You're like, how could I not be one of the fastest hands? It turns out it's actually the slowest. You can't expect that, though.
I know. Kurata just holding on to dear life, hoping to get something going to get them to want to push that hand.
Hey, on, that's not it either. Just wants any Sozu upgrade. I don't think the 9 helps, but just about anything else would work.
Yeah, now you have to
The 1
consider
would be an
is,
annoying draw as well, but you'd probably take it.
but are we pushing this 8?
Your dealer, you have to push. The problem is it's a 4th place, but with where the scores are, there's such a big gap between 2nd and 3rd that I think you just have to be willing to push.
Yeah, it's
If
just
you
like
get Sumo
this is
here,
probably the
you may
moment.
yeah, okay, cuts the 4. Didn't want the 8. That doesn't give up on this hand.
Yeah, I guess that's what they were really taking the time to think about. How can they can still stay in this hand but do it safely? They may not be able to get as much crazy value as they wanted, but we could still get the win in.
South, another blank. Just can't get anything. Now, the problem with keeping that 8 mon is with the early 7, there are so many Fury 10s. Oh, just Sumo on the expensive end. Riichi, Sumo, Pinfu, Ipeco, and an Ura. That is Mongon.
Oh, and that's the exact kind of hand that they needed.
So
I-
Okawa will close the gap significantly, be in a position to possibly get all the way into 2nd in all last, but still in last place right now. Drops Kura to down into 3rd, and Shinen just wants the game over with. This is one of those situations where I'm tempted to just fold from East 1 unless I have an amazing, from draw 1, unless I have an amazing hand. Because you figure
Absolutely.
Kajita just wants something cheap, unless it's similarly a monster hand. Kurata just needs 2 Han, or even a 1 Han Sumo, and Okawa hand isn't that complex. Probably building for 3 or 4 Han. This does have a Haku pair, callable, and a Dora looked like. This is a callable hand, I guess. Maybe Tanya. You have too many pairs, though. Feels a little slow. Speaking of pairs,
Yep, we're in Paris City. Gonna drop 1 pin first.
and there's a north,
Ooh,
and that is a terrible hand. There
yeah,
are
that's
routes to
yeah.
a Honitsu, but man, that's going to take some effort.
Yeah, when 7 pairs is on
Hands
the
go,
menu, it's the only thing on the
yeah,
menu.
hands varying between bad and terrible. Well, Navichi Toitsu route on this hand at least, but unless you get a Dora pair on it, there's no real value. This is Okawa who needs value badly.
Yeah, Chitoi by itself probably not gonna be enough unless it's a sumo.
Yeah, Riichi Toitsu sumos at least 1664. And of course, you can always flip over for Hanemon, but it feels slow. This is just Honitsu. I'm cutting 4-6. Yeah, there it goes. Might even manage to pull a Honroto Honitsu. Would be amazing to see. Another
That would
pair.
definitely be something.
Shitoitsu Ishunten.
5
5.
band,
It sends the
definitely a great
Shaken
pickup.
Sozu. Probably the Haku. Yeah, there it is. Will be called. That is a get me out of here call. It's also Chinen, so wouldn't end the game if she wins this hand.
Yeah, China's spot is always interesting because you want the game to end, but you don't want to give all the players opportunity to close the gap.
Another win, so if some of those start pairing up, we might also start thinking of Shosushi, but still quite a bit of time left. Ooh, the classic Chitoitsu problem we talked about earlier, where you Anko something up in Ishunten.
Yeah, try to hedge your bets, so hold on to the triple. Oh, it's looking windy, pretty windy in there. Someone close the window. One pin, not going to help. They already got rid of it. 6 Mon could help with that pair of 8 shape. Wonder if you drop the 4 pin now or try to hold on to it for acceptance. Nope, gonna get rid of it now.
Yeah, just get rid of it. Doesn't really see much in it, and there's just Honitsu. It's either getting there or it's not. There's nothing fancy you have to play when you get a hand like that. Ooh, 8mon. I think you have to keep the Chitoitsu. You're tempted to go pay, but I just throw the 8 back. It's just such a good hand. And one of those other things is when you get a hand like that, you may end up potentially even going Sananko.
Yeah, that is another route. G needs to definitely going for it specifically is rough, but it gives you so many options to get out of it. It knows that it can be a little fickle, gives you a little bit of leeway.
Well, this should just be the 6-so, upgrades the shape significantly. But Sozu are the expensive tile. Yeah, there goes the 6. 5's a
5 pin,
blank.
not gonna work.
Another
Okay, 5
5
pin.
with a blank.
Good idea. I too will drop a 5 pin.
2-so. It is a so upgrade, but not really much of one.
Yeah, you have all these so tiles, but you're gonna need multiples in order to form them into shapes. So it's still
There's the
super
west. The
slow.
first wind has been called, but the east's been cut. So not dreaming of the Shosushi. 1-so, pretty useless. Will also be called. Not going to dream of the Honroto, but perfectly fine with the Honitsu.
Oh, yeah, now you're pretty suspicious after those 2 calls.
Well, plus the pawn does kind of tell a story.
1 pin not gonna be helpful.
6. Thought it was a 7. You can see just kind of frustrated when the tile came down. I thought it was a 7, and then I looked at it, it's not.
Yeah. Hate to see it.
5, that is a Dora. Could just shift this down. Could also cut the Chun. Could even cut the 9-so. The problem with this hand is you want to be able to call for Tanya, but the 1-1 pair means it's just not going to happen.
I'd be really afraid of dropping Chun at this point.
Okay, throws the 6. Not going to bother here. But you are scared of the Honitsu.
Yeah, Kurata just made so many calls. You don't see any
Well,
Chuns
speaking
out
of
there.
the Chun, we're about to find out. Thinks about it for a while here.
Yeah, is
This may
Okawa
just
gonna
be
be
a
the one to check
7-pin
it?
cut. Yeah, that is exactly it. Figures it has a decent chance of being in the wall at this point. Backfire on the 6. Drawing the 4.
Yeah, Kurata doesn't actually care about this Chun, but it's so terrifying for these other players.
That is the advantage of the Honitsu play, especially when you have untraced Yakuhai, is everyone figures, well, you wouldn't call unless you had this, right?
Exactly, and that's when you get into the layers of this game. The
Oh,
mental
a
layers
Dora
that I absolutely
draw.
love.
At the same time, this is your I'm Tempai if you shove the 5. And by not shoving it, it's, hey, it's an upgrade. Oh, another 7.
You're less upset about that one compared to some other draws you could have gotten.
6. This is Ishunten now. Can cut the Dora here. Nope, cuts the
Nope.
Tuso. Doesn't want to throw the Dora. There's your Anko backfire.
Oof.
That's the one that stings. Because this is Okawa, who's in last place, has to shove something. I think you just have to throw the 8. If it deals in, it deals in. You're in last. There's, so far as I'm concerned, there's not, okay, folding out. Dealer has just no incentive whatsoever to be Tempai. It's one where if Chinan's Tempai at the end, you just declare no 10 anyway, because you can do that in live games.
Oh, even if you're in Tempai, you could just say no time, you're chill.
Yes, you can. I'm almost certain. Yeah, not going to throw that shoe. Not going to bother with it.
No
The
one's
thing is,
gonna
it
check
shouldn't
it.
deal into either of these players who are obviously pushing. Well, that would have been your Chitoitsu Tempai.
Just look at all. You can see it on her face. Like all 4 of
Yeah,
these
I
7
did it to
pins.
myself. It feels bad, but again, when you're in 4th place, they should be much more scared of you than you are of them. And that would have been Tempai on the 3-so, but not going to throw the Chu, not going to throw the Dora.
Hmm?
Yep, just getting out.
Yeah, a weird, like technically 1 away, but not liking it. And yeah, these red dragons just gonna stay stuck in their hands.
Oh, everything here's
Yeah.
bad. Is the North live or is there one out? I don't see one.
I don't believe I see any Norths out there either.
This is the decision. Yeah, eventually says, you know what? I just have to shove it. Doesn't matter.
If they have it, they have it.
Just a few more draws here.
Yeah, I guess Okawa was just thinking, yeah, they're in last place, but they don't want to go in further last place, and the point totals with their team are still reasonable.
7,
So
so not it. Never got Tempai after all that. And everyone goes, wait, are you kidding me?
Yep,
He in
no one
first
had
place
it.
is like, you know what? That's fine. That's not a triumphant smile. That's a I don't know how I got out of there with that. Kajita of the okay, guess I'll take second here. Despair on Kurata's face, and Okawa just staring at it. Wait, that really happened? The Chitoitsu has to be burning at her. Oh, that's so rough.
Oh, I
Because
wonder
that would have been enough to overtake with the 4,000 swing.
I know a very common practice is to look back at your games, especially if they are on stream, to like look back and see what you could have and should have done. They're gonna look back on that hand and just probably just not be excited about anything that happens.
Oh no, and when you see everyone's no 10 at the end, I mean, obviously dealer has no reason to go for it, but just bought the buff on the flush, they just never got there. On the other hand, that just had the Yakuhai call early, was stuck in Ishunten the entire time and never got there. I think they have to get there at some point, and sometimes, no, they don't.
Yeah. And maybe it's one of those, you can't be results oriented, you have to respect it.
All right. Well, with that, I guess we have our updates for today. Hiyokodo, the big winners with 42.8 off that win on the end by Chiden. Front runner with also a pretty solid day, 32.7 despite the fourth in the last game. MYSH managing to get basically even, but the points all came from Mahjong Keio with the minus 77.2. And that stings because Rhea really needed a big win at the end there and couldn't get anything. Managed to escape with third, but the team did a little bit more than that.
Yeah, that's a huge hit to their team. You're going to have to really get some big wins in if you're going to try to make that up.
All right, then. We have the cumulative team scores should be in there somewhere. All right, or get the individual standings. And wait, who's that person in first?
I know that name.
I think I know that name too. That's Jenn from Team WRC. Also helps us run these broadcasts, and I believe was on earlier today. Currently in first overall. Of course, you hit a Yakuman, it does help.
Yeah,
in second, Yuri Chinose in third, Sakiku Tezuka in fourth, and Miyabi Konishi rounding out the top five, although only 2 games. So a lot more there, but as mentioned, we have a long way to go in the season. You're not out at this point if you're in the dumps. You're certainly not punching a ticket to the finals, even if you're out front now. But the big thing is we have Team WRC tomorrow. So we hope to look forward to that. So with that, do we have any announcements?
Doesn't look like we have anything big coming up besides, as you mentioned, Team WRC. So we're going to be very excited to watch them. And also, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the WRC channel and Discord so you don't miss out on any updates that might be coming up.
All right, I think I have a couple. One, of course, is the seminar today, as plugged earlier by Jenn. That's going to be in the organized by the WRC Discord. I believe the signups for that are closed now. There are going to be a couple more that come up over the next couple of weeks. I know that 9 p.m. Eastern time is going to be pretty rough for the Europeans. So I know we have at least one of those lined up in a couple of weeks for a much better time for our European friends. And of course, the other thing, the RODL, the World Online Riichi Team League, is still going. You can just jump in with your team of 4, sign up on the website, and I believe it's 90 euros a person. And I believe it also got reduced recently, so maybe down to 75 euros a head now, but you can jump in on that. Of course, a bunch of us, the commentary team, have been in there. I was playing a bunch of games last weekend, and so we hope to see you there, and we also hope to see you tomorrow here for Team WRC. Their games will be broadcast. So, for everyone here on the broadcast, Harrison, Jenn, I think Kairal was in here earlier, Curly, and I'm Corak, hoping to see you tomorrow.